is J. King Bangs Music.
When you're sticking to the script, it's a lonely road. Before they left the home, tank the big homie told. He know the way this testimony hold. On that L4, they gon' politic on him codes. SBI Bank EC for really though. Used to really go, ask my nigga Chili Mo. Had a cold gun game, crazy knuckle up. Bust on enemies with baby double up. Back and forth with the main streets on 98. Q9 cell, me and Lil Johnny Ray. Posted up on Colton with a big ratchet. Way before Lil Wayne threw on that snitch jacket. Walked to York with Slim Bag, what up Big Drac? Gave them back they L cause you did that. Love my lokes even if we don't interact. Lil Mont, Baby Psych and Lil Black. EC. 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 97th Street, smack dead in the Middle East. Fuck the police for King Ron and Lil Reese. Tell the truth, SP3 never lack rhymes. Sometimes feel I might die behind my rap lines. We ain't in Malibu now, we in Maui. Baby Pie, EC, Bear, me and Wowie. Tico, Kiko, EC Red. Still can't believe Frankie and CC dead. Come to putting in work. Did more than a little dirt. Airbrush shirt. Big Milk, Lil Merc, Lil Box, Baby Ant, both souls, all the coops. First Street to 24 when we call the troops. Lost the legend when we buried Bug. Coach love to the riders that carry cuz, never seen it coming. Was a little foul, still took heart though. My hat off to Lil Owl, EC. 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 Big Spider and Lil Spider both got an Ezel. Tiny Spider got 19, rest in peace, Ezel. Shouts to the females representing EC. The brownies to the quotas, rest in peace, TT. Big Tommy's son on the 7, that's J Pops. Me and mine never bow down to J-Box. And that's the coldest crip a nigga ever met. Coldest crip I ever heard about, better yet. 33rd never every only time a nigga ran. On the land, go ask my nigga Ran. ECG unit came up a little short. Got told on by that nigga Lil Show. Went on TV, the homies did BT ugly. Got love for Infinite and Lil EC Buzzy. For death though, that mean to my dying day. EC, that's all I've been trying to say. EC. 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 EC.
Nigga Net Hustle. Big shout out to my nigga SPI, Spotter Low. You know I'm in the black box, had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned, all that.
It's the homie cook-up boss, goddammit, Cub Low. And y'all tuning in to the Wake and Bake show with goddammit the homeboy Spider Low.
Here with SPI, the realest nigga in LA.
Spider this bitch!
My name is Spider Low. Spider Low, nigga.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
Spider Low, that's my nigga.
Spider Low. Spider Low.
Shout out to SPI, that motherfucking nigga.
You are now in the black box with the homie Spider Low, the most eastiest. Facts over feelings, keeping it a Google Plex. Feel my campaign.
Spider Low, Wake and Bake. Better keep it Google, nigga.
Loke is in LA somewhere doing what he's doing.
Google gang. Straight legend. Google gang. SBI. Google gang. Google gang ain't here. You better keep that shit a Google when you mention me. First sign of disrespect, I'm turning Hercules. It's gonna be a lot of shit.
shirts pressed, rest in peace. Keep it a Google, better keep it a Google. Keep that shit Google when you mention me. First sign of disrespect, I'm turning Hercules. It's gonna be a lot of shirts pressed, rest in peace. Keep it a Google, you better keep it a Google. Keep it a Google. You better keep it a Google. Better keep it a Google. Keep it a Google. Google, baby.
Bottom line, love life, show us a blessing. Pull up politic and blow us a session. Spot a local most easty. No mistaking the station. They making them statements. We waking and baking. Word of the day, EC on replay. The marijuana-thon with VJ Keyway, BS and BS. Killing on the track in the black box. We never put feelings over facts. Bay Machiavelli, run me the bread. I don't get mad, I get money instead. I be high, you can tell by a nigga eyes. But wise enough to enterprise, you dig a lies. Contemplating with the Google gang, conversating. Counting coins while these cowards in the comments hating. Only thing count, I count getting another comma. I'm a magnet to the money on my mother mama.
Better keep that shit a Google when you mention me. First sign of disrespect, I'm turning Hercules. It's gonna be a lot of shirts pressed, rest in peace. Keep it a Google, better keep it a Google. Keep that shit Google when you mention me. First sign of disrespect, I'm turning Hercules. It's gonna be a lot of shirts pressed, rest in peace. Keep it a Google, you better keep it a Google. Keep it a Google. You better keep it a Google. Better keep it a Google. Keep it a Google. Google, baby.
You can't keep it a Google, then don't mention me. Run a check through the set, I bet them niggas mention me. Red Bull and Hennessy, I keep the same energy. No matter on a solo or a couple homies with me. Tell them come get me if they want confrontation. I keep a couple shooters with me. And we right here waiting on shit to pop off. Take a nigga top off, you tempt me. All that BS, you can miss me. Slide down Century, doing about 60 in the gutter lane. Faded off yak and drop the pistol, hopping out the rain. I won't change, keep it a Google the only way. Mention me, I come out and play. That's on the gang. We're not the same. I ain't nothing like these rap niggas. Hanging with bangers, no bodyguards. We all strapped, nigga. All truth, no lies. Facts over feelings. We ain't gonna start something we can't finish. Google gang.
Better keep that shit a Google when you mention me. First sign of disrespect, I'm turning Hercules. It's gonna be a lot of shirts pressed, rest in peace. Keep it a Google. Better keep it a Google. Keep that shit Google when you mention me. First sign of disrespect, I'm turning Hercules. It's gonna be a lot of shirts pressed, rest in peace. Keep it a Google, you better keep it a Google. Keep it a Google. You better keep it a Google. Better keep it a Google. Keep it a Google. Google, bang.
I love you. Look, Uncle working. I'm working right now. I gotta call you back. I gotta call you back, baby. I'm working. Okay. I love you. That's my niece Chosen. That's Puto, baby. Y'all look, Chosen, look. Say, I love you, daddy. Say, I love you, daddy. Say, I love you, daddy. Look. Say, I love you, daddy. Oh, she hung up. That's crazy. What it do? Google gang, Blue Wrench Mob. Everybody in this thing in the chat. Munchie speaking on you, dog. Two bomb out of, what he said? Munchie speaking on your dog. Oh, shout out Tom 40. Yeah, you feel me? We ain't tripping on none of that, though, man. We get to that when that get to us, man. We not chasing none of that chattery. We doing that Google thing. You dig a lot? You know what I realized? Motherfuckers watch me when I ain't watching them, right? And it's this theme theory going on about me being drunk as if I'm going to ever be ashamed as a grown man about having a drink until I'm drunk. Every time I choose to do so, I shall. Oh, my mama. Once again, shout out to Drink Champs just in the idea of saying that. You feel me? I got a few sound effects, no special effects, but shout out to Hollywood because y'all watch the screen and believe anything you think. Remember the party cup I was referencing earlier? These are the ones I was talking about that meat used to let me stuff full of that good old Indo, probably 2.5 ounces or 3 ounces like stuff in here. Back then, that probably was like $1,500 worth of weed used to force me to take with me. Shout out to Big Meech. But actually, y'all see this? I get over here, stumble a few words, get the slurping. I'll be slurring. Go down here, fill my cup up a few times. And everybody think I'm drunk. You feel me? That's what you're going to think, though. But that's what I'm going to keep them thinking. I'm going to keep them off balance. That's your challenge because I don't give a... On my mama, I don't. Actually, I've been loading up my sound pad.
I don't give a fuck.
You feel me? That's kind of recorded. Look, I wish it was louder, but I actually don't. I'm not part of a clique, crew, gang, group, or organization online. I am not trying to align my thoughts, movements, feelings, interests with any other individual on this motherfucker. On my mama. For those who are late to the show, they need to catch up and keep up. I am Mr. 15971 man gang. No room for others. This is nothing new. On my mama. I am not on this internet attempting to make friends, associates, or anything of the kind. My real friends are in real life. My real loved ones are offline. I don't give a fuck. This is not directed toward any one individual, but anyone that desires to take it personal, please, I beg you do, because it applies to you too, any and each and all, and every individual creating content upon this internet. I don't give a fuck. Shout out to my nigga Lil Stretch from Bonnie on the Watch too, man. I ain't talked to my nigga in years. To be honest, when he called me from a number that I did not know, when I answered and he said who he was, I was shocked because I was unfortunately under the impression that my nigga had passed some time ago, and I told him that. And like, hell no, they got to chopping it up. I want to clear a misconception up, man, because y'all see me in general and whole out here trolling Baby B Brazy does not mean I have a problem with that moves. I know it's kind of like ironic that this little troll situation came up at the same time the 50 and 0 Tiny Munchie came up. So it seemed like that moves. I know I stated quite aggressively that I don't give a fuck about nan word or Damu have to say about a keyway getting over. And I know that sounds quite aggressive, but I'm still the same guy I've always been, man. On my mama. And I want to announce, I know it seemed like a lot of content directed toward Baby B Brazy, but let me tell you something about my process right here in the Black Box. I go live for however long the session lasts, usually an hour or better. I have a team. Shout out Classic Music. Shout out to Classic Music, got a team. There is a process for every single live, regardless of the subject matter. I go live, then he makes clips. He uploads them to the channel with a few keywords. I title, thumbnail, schedule them for release. That's the process. So whatever he put up there from the previous live, I'm going to release them in an effort to have continuous content coming from the channel. That's what we've committed to here in the Black Box. So what happens is we had a few sessions, having fun, trolling Baby B Brazy. And then when the clips come, it looks like an over-exaggerated extra amount of content when actually it was just those 2 brief sessions. We've actually moved on, but that's just the delay in the content. Another thing that might delay the content is when we upload it initially, it may get a yellow $sign. The process for anyone trying to get their chili is to appeal the yellow $sign and await YouTube's decision on whether they're going to turn it back green or confirm it should remain yellow. So that also causes some of the content to seem like a delay, and then it like catch up. But really, it's not as much thought that goes into the amount of content that's being released that you might think. And yes, I was being very reckless, loose, and disrespectful with Baby Brazy name, being very much under the understanding that he's way over there and I'm there. I was trying to make a lesson. This is why you don't really supposed to be saying antagonizing things on the internet, bro. And just because you scratch me or you slap me doesn't mean I'm limited to slapping you back.
If you get loose about myself, my loved ones, my set, my organization, and I feel like you've been reckless and careless about the way you discuss my folks, my shit, there is no limit to what I'm allowed to do in response. I know how to be disrespectful. I know how to be reckless. I know how to be careless. So when you started, where do we stop it? That's why I went extra out and I know cuz a rider. I'm from right here in La La Land. I know cuz did his shit according to what we was raised to do as demons in this motherfucking hellhole, homie. We not here to celebrate it in that shit, but I know cuz ain't got no smut in that regards. I know he did his Dougie, bro. That's not the point. A lot of these people that he called himself putting on blast and having a laugh on their account also are classified as such. So if we're going to play with any and everybody name at any given time and be careless with people who are not in a physical position to hold you accountable, I can do that too. And I can do it extra out and make it real big. But I just want to clarify, I'm not no dummy as in regards as to my local area. And I know cuz deserve his gangbang stripes. I ain't never trying to take that from a nigga who done threw his life away because he was misguided like the rest of us. And I don't want to come across like no bully with my voice, like I'm just being disregardful for everything that he has established and accomplished out here in these streets and in this shit. But I feel like when he get careless with his mouth, there's no limit to how careless the next person is allowed to go. So yeah, I know I went overboard, but that was intentional. Y'all need to quit being so sensitive because once again, I want to remind everybody under the sound of my voice, I don't give a fuck. Hey, you know something I always wanted to do is like open up a product. In the sense of ASMR, one of the things I like a fine female with the proper nails who look good, who open up packages online. I love to hear the package crickle crackle. I love all that shit in it, right? But outside of all that, I don't know why I'm doing this. Sup Tig. I love this product, man. I have multiples of these. I hate wires and I hate tripods. I hate floor clutter. And I like to hear when that, I like all how that shit on the and I'm not technically sound at all. I hate the things that clamp on to surfaces that you got to screw and all that, right? But I love the internet because you can almost type exactly what you're desiring and thinking of on the internet. And for a dummy like me, it will present itself. So what I would prefer versus that clamp that you got to twist and all that, my mind, I wanted something that works like this, that wasn't Mickey. These cost less than $20, y'all. So I got 4 of them. So instead of having 4 tripods, these are attached to this table around me. So that clears my floor. And I'm telling you, I'm a dummy in these regards, but look how simple it is to assemble. Y'all hit that company up and show them this clip, man. Tell them I need a endorsement or something. Look how simple, bro. And usually I'm typing there, buy this type of shit and have somebody around that bust it open and they get it together, right? But look, this shit is so simple. You slide that piece in there, bam. And there's another piece right here. You slide that. I feel like I'm doing the demos I'll be seeing other people do. Did I look this up in order to figure it out? I may have. I did. You unscrew this, one piece. And then this is, I didn't mean to do that. No, it has to go back. Oh, shit. Look, this is my 4th one I've opened. And this is the first time I've had this particular issue. I've never did nothing that clumsy, but I am clumsy. That's why I don't ride motorcycles. Oh, my mama asked somebody, okay, then you take that piece. These have some pieces this fits flush into. You put them in there, bam. And then you. Only thing I wish about this product, you see the length, the black part. I know it looked crazy. It's not, but I'm not a pause type dude. So I'm on the internet, so my mind just went there. Yeah, I know the motherfucking thing look crazy. But these ridges are for a gooseneck effect, so it could bend and go everywhere. You feel me? So if your mind is there on that weirdo shit for more than a couple seconds, you need to really check. Damn it. It never be this hard to do this. It's only because I'm on camera. This is usually I line this right up and it screws right in. What am I doing wrong? Let me make it a little, okay, bam, there we go. Now look, this has an extremely firm, tight grip. You attach it to the end of the surface, eliminates tripods. The only way this could be improved if this could be extended, because I do have to utilize one tripod, well, two, one for one light. There's a premier light that I keep in the cut, off to the cut. But there's another tripod which the camera is on. And I would much prefer to have it on a unit similar to this. However, this is not long enough. But I love this. You know, all you got to do, you screw this open. It makes space. They're less than $20. They're like $18 on Amazon. You know what else I learned about Amazon, bro? I went to Amazon to order. I had already had two. I went to order two more, looking to get them in a few days. To only realize on Amazon, oh, I just noticed it's like a pistol. If you think anything else, you nasty. But anyway, on Amazon, I had an option to get them the same day. Me up, pay $9 more. And it said to be delivered between 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. Guess what? The motherfucker came at 10 a.m. I didn't order it until like 7:45. Shout out to Amazon for that. Oh, my mama, we are living in the future. Now, to the subject at hand. Wack, hold no 100. Mr. Payru put everything on Pyru. We've never, ever, ever in history heard one individual on the face of the internet declare their allegiance to any one gang as much, or one organization, street, fraternity, whatever you may call it. It's hold no 100. Everything is on Pyru. Somebody need to go put together a compilation. Boy, you'll be forever before you be finished. But anyway, we know how Pyru he professes to be. Now, for those that don't know, Pyru is not only a street in Compton, it is the origin of it is from Compton, off Pyru Street. There are quite a few Pyru sets that are not from Compton, all the way to San Diego. We got them in Pacoima. We got them in Inglewood. What are some of the other well-known, respected Pyrus that are not from Compton? There are a few. And then I'm sure now it's extended way beyond, you know, California. I'm sure it's Pyrus everywhere. Carson, Wilmington, surrounding areas. Pyrus is Pyrus, but Compton is the Mecca, right? Pacoima, Pyru has been part of their politics since inception. Hold no 100 has tried to convince the world over the last decade or so that he is premier Pyru. This is not something we've thrown on him. This is not something we assumed. Pomona Pyru, say less. And you dig a lie? So he's Mr. Pyru. Jim Jones, however, we also heard Wack declare how he don't respect any blood or gangbang politics outside of California. He's made that clear, even though he's rolled Cardi B nuts and so many others. We know he's just like a walking contradiction. You dig a lie? All the time. Oh, my mama. However, if you're not aware, I don't know if it's only his second time, but for the second time that the world has been aware, Jim Jones came to Compton. And the last time I can recall was the Certified Gangster video with Wack, with Gang, where Wack was not at. However, you know, it's a place called Gonzalez Park, which is considered, for lack of a better word, Pyru paradise. It is currently the mecca of gathering for Damus in general that are east of the 110, south of the 105. Gonzalez Park, that's where it's at. And to be on the internet constantly, continuously claiming, hollering everything on Pyru, and not to be able to actually step foot in Gonzalez Park, because the last time you did, shout out to Compton Menace, you had to get the fuck up out of there, even though you paid as the Payru for entrance. The fact that you cannot go there, but Jim Jones was able to go there while you have been trying to smut his name is hilarious. On my mama's home. Now he's sitting down in front of Adam, and Adam is questioning him about what he said about Jim Jones so many times in the past and challenging his opinion on Jim Jones's status as a blood member based on the fact Jim Jones is in the Mecca Pyru and you are not. And watch how this dude tries to deflect. But not only are we going to watch how he denies ever trying to smut Jim Jones as the premier Pyru, I've also done a little research, found a few videos to go back and show how bad he was once trying to smut Jim Jones. So we're going to see how much of a cloward position he's taking it right now. Because Wacko, shout out Wacko from West Side and a few other reputables in that camera have embraced Jim Jones in the midst of this controversy. Look how goofy he trying to play it, bro. This nigga's a queerdo cloward for real on my mama.
Jim Jones was in town.
And really, a lot of people...
He goes to Compton.
A lot of people said that he wasn't a real blood.
I just wonder, why do he forget to say Compton right there? I know it's Compton, but you know, for the last, I don't know, however, Pyru. Ain't no Pyru called Compton, bro. I'm just saying, oh, my mama. I don't think the Pyrus forget to say Compton these days. Oh, my mama.
Blood, yourself included.
I've never said he wasn't a real blood.
Okay, but he pulled up
but
the section.
Yeah, but this is what I'm trying to understand.
Okay.
Jim Jones has never been told that he can't come to the West Coast.
Okay.
Now, I don't know what Cameron or what they saying about him, but...
Hey, somebody do me a favor. We want a name drop count. Because every time, this is an 11-minute clip. I'm not sure we'll go through the whole thing, but I suspect in 11 minutes, he's going to drop at least 30 names. And I might have, that might be overdue. I just threw the first name number came to my mind, but this is name dropper. He just going to throw names left and right. He has no value, nothing to say. Nothing about him matters unless he can string a whole bunch of other names that are reputable together in his story. That's the only way he can find any type of relevance. Oh, my mama. And look how his hands just naturally collapse together in an arthritis type fashion, like somebody goddamn, look, like he gets to hurt somebody with them hands.
Rest in peace, hot dog. The West Side Pyrus over there has always embraced Jimmy.
Jim Jones was, this is crazy. Jim Jones was nearly caught up in the indictment with the 9 Trays, Snitch 9 to Coochie and all that. This is RICO allegations. How long you've been affiliated and associated and tied in with a certain individual could all be incriminating statements. Look what type of information he's put. Look what type of information he's providing on not only Jim Jones, but the West Side Pyrus and the history. When he's not from Compton, he's not from West Side Pyru, and this is his logic himself.
Gotta do my Googles.
So this what I understand. How does a non-Pacoima guy knows what a guy from Pacoima does in Pacoima?
Yeah, but he's speaking right now. He's speaking from New York to Compton, and he's not from Compton. Notice the handshake. That's arthritis. Them hands just collapsed. They're no good. Then watch how he opens them, moves them, and gestures them as he speak like a senior citizen. Oh, my mama, pay close attention. This is the study of a sucker.
Right? So nobody's ever said Jimmy can't come to the West Coast.
Certified Gangsters 2004?
West Coast.
That's 21 years of having his foot down in Compton. That's 2 times we can document. Not many of those are the only times he's been out here, but I guarantee you, Wacko No 100 hasn't been to Compton twice. Maybe twice. I bet you he hasn't been there. What's 5 times more than Jimmy in that amount of time. If Jimmy been to Compton twice in 21 years, Wack's probably been there a total maximum amount of 10 times in supervised visits where he tried to recall him and act like it's his common ground, and he calls the Rite Aid a Walgreens when Walgreens has never, ever, 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 ever been present in Compton, and it's the one that's located in the most premier intersection related to Pyrus and Compton. There's a McDonald's on that corner. However, there used to be a McDonald's on that corner, slightly located and positioned slightly different before they remodeled in modern years. And that particular McDonald's at one time was known as the most dangerous McDonald's on the map. Oh, my mama. Then also, right diagonally, directly across the street is the most famous Tams in the world. The one that was highlighted in the Super Bowl, the one that should call this case at. Then right across the street from there was a record store where Game had his first record release signed the day that the documentary came out. I'm talking about Pyru Paradise. A place that he has no idea about.
That's, the homies did it. The homies over there made that happen. So, they're like, Wack. I said, bro, nobody ever said Jimmy can't come to the West.
But you said Jimmy was a no good, dirty rat. You said you don't respect no moves outside of California. You have said that, documented. And we do not want to see your bussy wide open to the camera. Why do you feel the necessity to always pop your bussy at the camera, man? What the? Matter of fact, I don't even want to say that no more because I got something for it.
What the fuck? Oh my God.
Get that bussy out the camera.
Coast. You'd never hear me say Jimmy ain't from where he from.
I think him going there was really kind of a clap back to Cameron, calling him a fake blood, right?
Well,
mentioning Cameron, my pink popping. Oh my baba. I don't
know if Cameron was speaking from a stance or something he knows is going on in New York, but I do know out here, right? The homies that have always stood with him they continue to stand with him.
So he's talking about this as if this is just a general understanding. He has no problem with it. He's in alignment with it, right? Wait till we get to the he's been talking about Jim Jones throughout the years. And so he's saying he has no problem. He's saying this so cordially. The homies are in line with, but watch how he describes Jim Jones. This nigga's a hypocrite because he want to be hip like a crip. And he got G West on his chest. That G with a crip like that.
No.
Yeah, that G with a crip like that. We're gonna do all that at once. I done loaded up my sound pad with some sound effects, so we're gonna have some fun in the black box.
Like, I've never put in a call, right, on Jim Jones.
Look, y'all, he's trying to convince. He tried to convince Adam and the audience that he is capable of putting in a call on Jim Jones. That is so extremely, immensely laughable.
No.
He cannot put in that call that matters, bro. He tried to convince y'all he called the shots that got Snoopy badass whooped on in the bathroom. He's been on the internet saying, I called that shot. No, he did not. He reported the activity that took place that caused another individual to call that shot. All you did was tattletale. Exposed, like an exposer does, a tattletale, a snitch, a nigga that want to reveal all he knows. You told on a nigga because he really used the diss word to Crips. That's how fucked up your politics is. You didn't call that shot. Once you told on him, the individual that called the shot had the decision to do what he chose to do. All you did was observe and report, Officer CS2 Wacky Wiki Williams.
Because, he from where he from. And we've always all embraced him as a homie, right? So
he lying like a muff. Watch this. So we know he embraced Snitch 9 Takuchi as a homie. So maybe he right. But if he always embraced him as a homie, watch the things he say about his homie. Somebody named Prince of All Ghettos, TP400 said, drop the link. What would you convince me with what your input perhaps might be to drop the link. What you got to talk about, homie?
So everybody, look, bro.
You embraced him as a homie until what point? When did you guys fall out?
No, it wasn't. What was crazy about it, Jimmy was doing quarantine music, doing
this. Is he scratching his pussy? He might got a rose in his panties, I think, y'all.
COVID.
Okay.
Where he had a system to where he could do a feature with you from another location.
Okay.
While live with you.
Oh.
And it would come out like you in the studio.
He's a fan, a groupie, a student of everything created hip-hop. He watches it all, and he has found his way to try to get himself in the situation. He has no creative input into absolutely nothing he discusses, all the way from Sexy Can I with Ray J and every other thing creative he claims to be involved with. He's always wanted to be in the position and the place of the artists that he represents. Look what he's doing now. More press than any artist he's ever claimed to represent. This is what Suge Knight was warning artists about way back when he said, you don't want the CEO dancing all in your videos, come to Death Row. Because Puffy ended up being the biggest artist on his label, and that's not a CEO's position. Then Suge make the same mistake. I can recall being at the Row and Suge was doing more interviews and press than Corrupt, Eastwood, and Crooked Eye combined, including Left Eye, Gail Gotti, and everybody else. And you see what happened to him as a CEO. It led to his demise. And here come Hold On 100. I'm a CEO, I got artists. And now he's doing more press. He actually wants to be the artist, and he finally feels like an artist. He has a mic in his mouth and people are listening. Wow. You did it.
Mm.
He just did a song for Coyote. Literally.
Is anybody counting the names, y'all? Don't forget, we count these names. I can't count them. He's a name dropper. Hope somebody's keeping count.
And Clubhouse was rocking. And I did the interview with Wack and 6ix9ine.
Right.
So every time I'm on Clubhouse, they're like,
come on, y'all, count these names because they're going to add up. I said 30, y'all. Don't have me behind on the count because y'all ain't keeping up.
6ix9ine me to death with these questions. I'm like, bro, I don't know a lot of these answers. So I brought 6ix9ine to Clubhouse. So I get a bunch of New Yorkers.
Who brings a rat anywhere, y'all? Who? Why? Where? When? Not a Pyru. It ain't a Pyru on the face of the planet that's going to support him putting any type of effort and energy into Snitch 9 to Coochie before he did into a loyal stump down local Pyru. Oh, that's violation. You claim to be in violation when you let this white boy sex play you, but you in violation by being interested and willing to attach your influence to a rat like Snitch 9 to Coochie before any reputable homie that's trying to put it down. You are boo-boo, no good at all. Oh, my mama. Quit scratching your pussy, too.
Just come on there and they're attacking 6ix9ine. They're attacking. But 6ix9ine,
and guess what? Look, they're attacking 6ix9ine. Look how he hold that swipe right in his mouth. He ready to swallow that. But anyway, they attacking 6ix9ine. He supported him, stood by him, protected him, and promoted him. Wow.
You could tell he's memorized every document associated to his case. And as they're attacking him, he's exposing individuals. So he puts up this clip of Jim Jones on a call with Mel Murder, which they...
Somebody count names? I need to update. If y'all ain't count names, y'all, man, nah, I'm just playing, though. Somebody, well, how many names we at now? He got to be at like 11, 12.
They played in the trial.
Yeah, that was out before 6ix9ine even told.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Right?
Right?
Yeah. He said, we're going to super violate him.
Yeah,
he needs to be super violated.
Yeah, he was giving, he was conspired and giving instructions. So I'm listening to it, right? And I'm like, they use this in the trial? He's like, yeah, they played it in trial.
So, okay, Hunter said 13, and they dude said 17. So we going to call it 15. We have 15, y'all. 15 names. Let's go. We added 2 to Hunters and took 2 from Nate Dude. We have 15. Let's roll. Let's keep counting.
Which means it had to be authenticated on what they were talking about.
Yeah.
They're going to use the people in that thing to do so, right? So I sent the clip to Jim on the text. Hey, bro, what's up with this?
And why is any of this anybody's business, bro? So if anybody in the world is texting or talking to this dude via telephone and you're not recording him, setting him up for the bullshit plays he trying to run, you are doubly digitally goofy, bro. This is what he's up to, bro. He would have all these private communications with you and then sit in front of a white man in a recorded conversation on camera at a table and tell everything from his side of the story, his perspective, what happened. What happened?
And from that
what happened to hear no, see no, speak no?
point on, I never heard nothing from him.
But he started shit talking, or you started shit talking after that publicly?
No,
he never texted you back, but then you guys start going back and forth publicly, right?
I don't think Jim even ever responded to me. He may have.
Because the only interest Jim Jones ever had in you is because he had the misconception and perception that you actually mattered as a pyro out here in these streets. Once he got his real education and individuals such as Wacko and others that he is definitely tapped into, made it clear to him that you were clowered, non-relevant, not even from Compton, nothing to do with it or anything that even relates to it, kind of like Jim Jones knew you were obsolete. He could look over you, not pay you any mind, respond or react to anything you say or express, because those are the facts. You love sitting up here across the table from a porn star who wore panties on April 4th and sat on another man's lap and show your pussy while he sex plays you, and you hold on to that thing just like a swipe.
Oh, that's not really his character with certain people. My shit talking was just my truth. I read some work, I hear something.
My truth is a term made popular and fixated in our community by that community. There's no such thing as a my truth or your truth. There is the truth. That is it. The people who made that a comfortable phrase to utilize and made it actually matter are those people. And he is heavily invested into the agency, and he's real close to the author and creator of Ray Pride Month. So when he starts adopting their phrases and applying them to himself in public, let's not overlook that. Shout out to his son.
And in Jimmy's case, it's never no work. But 6ix9ine told me, Wack, I was the number one.
Imagine being on a public platform, quoting what a filthy, low down, nasty, dirty rat told you like it matters. Wow.
Jimmy was the number two behind me. If I didn't take the stand, Jimmy was going to take the stand. He's telling me this, and he put the clip up. And me understanding law, I understand conspiracy, right? A phone count, dry conspiracy. And I didn't understand why Jimmy had been cuffed when everybody else involved had been cuffed.
So you don't understand law. You just said you understand. Now, it went a certain way and you don't understand why. So you don't understand. You used to claim to understand. Watch what he used to claim it used to be, why he wasn't cuffed. He professed to understand not too long ago. But when he seen Jim Jones, and we're going to look at Jim Jones at Gonzalez Park. Let me tell y'all something. When you see the Welcome to Compton signs all around Compton, the city used blue trimming. They're gray structures with blue trimming that say welcome to the city of Compton all around Compton and all the borders. For some reason, the Pirus had Jim Jones standing one and with next to one, and all the border trimming was red. I ain't never seen that. I don't know if they had a real painter come in and redo it, if they spray painted it, or if they had the actual city do it. But the Pirus did that. I remember hanging with my niggas from West Side Compton. What's her name? Asia Brown was the mayor. And the West Side Compton Herbs used to swear up and down she was feed-knucking on a Pyro because she was like, look, they used to be like, that bitch Asia, I think they used to name him. And she fucking with what dude from Pyro. They used to be like, look at Rosecrans, cuz. That shit upgraded, all kind of shit going down on Rosecrans. Compton Boulevard, they ain't got nothing going down. I used to die laughing. That's how thick the politics used to get. There was so much new development investment going down on Rosecrans while Asia Brown was the mayor, and so little going on Compton Boulevard. Y'all got to understand, between Compton Boulevard and Rosecrans is basically the division primarily of the Crips and the Pirus in Compton. They kind of meet somewhere between Rosecrans and Compton Boulevard. Rosecrans is definitely Pirus. Till you get to the Santanas or whatever, they got a little, Palmer's got a little section, but that's Pirus and Compton Boulevard all the way down, all Crips. Now, until you get down to way east, I think the Cross Atlantics and them, and then maybe a few other, they got they food, but mostly Compton Boulevard, Crips, Rosecrans, Pyrus, and the Crips was convinced that she was fucking on somebody from Pyru because all the development money seemed was going into Rosecrans versus Compton Boulevard. These Compton politics be crazy, yo. Blah, 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 blah.
Well, I sent it to him. And I guess, you know, Jimmy's whole stance was.
So you were alluding to him being a snitch.
No, what's happening with this?
Right.
I really want to have the conversation.
Bro, watch how many times he called Jimmy a snitch. You see how he denying it? His back against the wall. The world is watching. Jimmy went to Pyru Paradise. You sitting here showing us your pussy, talking to a male porn star that wear panties and let men sit on his lap.
Oh, no, 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 no.
Attempting to convince him of your status and explain your detailed politics in regards to what they really matter out here in this landscape, and you're lying because you're not just telling him, I don't matter, I'm obsolete, I'll just be running my mouth online. If you told him that, you'd be fine. Oh, my.
You were asking him basically.
No, as homies.
Right.
You know, we talk about everything else. I'm going to be real. I remember.
I bet he do talk about everything else with any and everybody who would listen. With your bussy showing, cover that bussy.
It was me, Big Y, and another homie.
Somebody here from 135. That's Pyru. Let him know I know what I'm talking about, homie. Oh, my mama.
Called out to New York. Everybody was free when this 6ix9ine shit was going on.
Mm-hmm.
And we like, yo, bro, what y'all doing with this little kid?
Oh, yeah, they ain't gonna lie. The 151s, 155s, they bleed over south to Compton Boulevard. So it's a lot of like no definitive borderline. But the main shit back this way is what it is, going south and north, Pyru, Crip. But the borderline kind of go like a zigzag, like a zipper. It's no straight line.
This rainbow shit with the flag.
Right.
And Jimmy, them words, him and Mel Murder, words was, respectfully, it's a New York movement, let us do our thing.
Hold on. And you should have been willing to respect that because
so this what I don't understand. How does a non-Pacoima guy knows what a guy from Pacoima does in Pacoima?
I'm just saying though.
Because we wasn't supporting it. You can't find no video clippings of 6ix9ine with the homies like that. They was asking, he was over there with the Hoover card.
I hope somebody still keeping count of names because the Hoover card, that count as a name. But just think about this, y'all. The homies showed him no support. So he's definitely at this moment declaring himself as a non-homie, not in compliance with what the homies believe in, what they push, what they establish, what they stand on. Because you definitely showed them support with your bussy showing. And you rubbing on your pearl tongue. I can see you.
They was asking, but we wasn't fucking with it, right? So when it came back and bit them.
Cuz can't name 10 Pyrus that represent we. Even at that time, bro. Talking about we. Who is we?
Right? I didn't think nothing of it. I'm like, we told you so. But even after that, we did a few video shoots. He did some verses stuff for me. So when I sit in,
you see how you try to rush past that? You talking about the rat? The filthy, dirty? Come on, no. Come on, man. You can't just rush past that, Wack. We heard that. He did what for you?
I ain't nothing like you fucking rap niggas.
This is what you deserve. Oh, some more. Give him some more. Yeah. He sleep.
In the clip, he never responded. But I understand it. He's saying like, well, that's one of my ops or whatever. That's cool.
Why is he speaking on behalf of this man who never said none of this online? He's a private text communication that he's describing, detailing. And now he's not only describing them and detailing them, he's gonna fucking break down what a nigga meant when he didn't even respond and speak for himself. He's telling y'all what that means. Lord have mercy upon us all. Because if you talk to him behind the scenes, you're destined to just might fall.
I want to know the details of this right here.
Why? Why is it any of your business? It didn't happen in Pacoima, remember? And if it didn't happen in Pacoima, Mr. Nosy ass.
So this what I don't understand. How does a non-Pacoima guy knows what a guy from Pacoima does in Pacoima?
Yeah.
Because I know you was pulled in on it. And to this day, nobody ever got those answers. So he took it the way
I've been
he took
listening
it.
to people try to
Notice. He's trying to get on the phone with the gangster, Jim Jones, certified gangster. That's how we met him back then. That's what he is. Wacko and the West Side Pyru just stamped it right now, currently. He tried to get on the phone with a mafia member, a real gangster, Del Dog, back in the CS2 days. Guess what? Neither Del Dog was interested in responding or communicating with him on the phone. Neither was Jim Jones. He wants to talk to Jim Jones about a federal indictment that he may or may not be subject to become named in. And he wants to get the details over the phone. The same guy that said the feds owed him a favor after they ran up in his house. The same guy who said the feds called him and offered him protection against Jay Prince wants to talk to Jim Jones about a federal case that he may or may not be named in, may and may not have done something criminal in, to where he could be a subject of this case, and you want all the details. Who the fuck are you? I can remember we have wiretap paperwork that proves he was trying to talk to Del Dog 30 years ago, and Del Dog didn't want to talk to his fucking ass on the phone either. Something about them certified gangsters could smell this nigga from a mile away. On my mama.
Put this snitch thing on Jim forever.
Oh no, that's rat.
I mean,
no, some telling happened.
But what? Based on that phone call?
Listen,
no paperwork. This is the official exposure of Pyru. Pyru, according to him, Pyru in all actuality. And you know these cornball queerdo clowers have established that ain't no paperwork, you can't say nothing. Now he stretched it. He's also been caught saying on camera, being recorded, saying that, man, a nigga that I know could tell me a nigga ain't no good, and I believe him. So he's all everywhere. He'll cover anything just to be right. He'll say anything. But however, he said some kind of telling happened. That's just his intuition. And women do rely heavily on their intuition. That's why we have the phrase, a woman's intuition. You never heard about a man's intuition. Although all humans possess intuition, intuition is usually associated and attributed to female subjects. And he is relying heavily on his intuition to determine that Jim Jones told.
If they got me on a call, right? Let's say it's me and Third, right? And the board, they got Wack.
Third, that's another name, y'all.
As the top, Third under me, right?
Okay.
So let's call this Mel Murder at the top.
I don't know if he said Mel Murder before, but that's two names. If he didn't say it, somebody help me keep count. Oh, my mama.
Jimmy's under him. And in this call, I'm selling Third. Yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. This. And Third says, nah, that's what you ain't going to do. What you going to do is let this individual do this. Let that individual do that. Do this, do that. Y'all going to move like this, that. He need to be violated.
Look at his hands, cuz. Them hands are incapable of balling up into a fist firm enough and hard enough to hurt a person. I don't know what they was capable of doing 10, 15, 20 years ago. But he cannot make a fist like this, cuz that nigga hands is all like this. I don't know if he jack off too much or if they just been too inactive so long. I don't know if he into torture and sexual and females crush his hands and sit on them. I don't know what he is, but this nigga cannot hurt anyone. That's why he's only active with his mouthpiece, extremely inactive with his hands. On my mama. This nigga is documented talking about we can get down. I'm going to knock you out on the internet more than anybody. We can pull up, drop the low. These are his most popular phrases. Ain't touch nobody. Jay Diggs said, where you at? He came all up in that building. I came all up in that building. Everybody you claim to have a problem with, Big U came all up in that building. Brick Baby be all up in that building. You make it your business to never bump into nobody that come to see you that be all up in that building.
Oh, no.
Shout out to that. Shout out. Hey, y'all go follow SBG TV. That boy Deezy from New York been cooking this nigga like fried chicken for the last few weeks, a couple months, month and a half. On my mama. He been giving this nigga the business. Shout out to Morris. Prayers to him and his health. Don't think that fiasco out in front of no jumper is over with, y'all. Nah, far from it.
At that point, the feds are going to say, oh, shit, we got this dude telling the shot caller what to do.
But violated does not mean kill.
No, listen to me.
Even though it certainly could in certain situations.
Check this out. When it comes to the feds or even the state, they got what they call gang specialists.
Uh-huh. And guess what? The feds, according to Wack, called his phone and had a 15, 20-minute conversation with him. I don't know how a conversation with the feds can even last that long. About him potentially having problems and being threatened by one said Jay Prince online. Listen to who you're listening to.
Because when we on the phone talking in code, right? Did you get the gloves? 10.
Because if that is indeed a fact, why is he giving up the code? It's a nigga on the phone, perhaps right now, talking about, did you get the gloves? This nigga just giving up intel. Oh, my. I guess when you come to a podcast and have absolutely nothing to talk about, when you don't want to be honest about who you are, because if he was truly honest about his experience as a man upon this earth on podcasts, we would hear a whole lot about import, exports, truckings, fifth wheels, things of that nature, air hoses, dispatchers, all those things, fleets, routes. This is what he actually is an expert in. But now he's sitting up here with some tight jeans, rips all in them, trying to convince somebody he cool with a G West hoodie on, something he's never, ever been affiliated with, unless that sweater represents anything else. That's what it reminds us of. This nigga's just a cloward, a goofball, a queerdo. That's just observation. Just observation.
The sleeve's gonna be in there.
That's different.
Violate. No, it don't. With it was a sleeve, right? What's the sleeve?
I don't know, but I was just saying, right? Super violate from a New Yorker standpoint. If I say you should violate his ass, that means it could mean kill him. It could also mean disrespect him.
Violate, super violate.
Shout out to Mika Love, Madam Mika and the Mika Love Show. Y'all go follow up, because violate, like Adam just said, violate his ass also could mean put 3 fingers in it. Go stream the strong, the hottest diss song of last year. 3 Finger Wack by Jay Diggs. All about the 3 fingers and the violation of the ass that is McElroy, Cash Jones, CS2 back. Hold on, honey.
Super violate from a New Yorker standpoint. If I say you should violate his ass, that means
that's what Mika did to Cuz. 3 fingers all up in there and tickled his G spot until he said, "Ooh, don't stop." She violated his.
It could mean kill him. It could also mean disrespect him.
Violate, super violate. Then you leave. Then you go on this.
Oh, my bad. 3 fingers. Thanks for the correction. Hold on, honey. 3 fingers is super violate. You are right.
Say. Hidden security.
Jim said that?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Hidden security. When you get to hidden security, he won't have no security, then he wide open. Right? So when I'm listening to this shit,
look,
I understand.
Look, y'all, these are tapes, wiretaps that are still in effect. I don't know if Jim Jones took some type of deal to where he's no longer in threat of any future charges or anything, but this dude is reiterating and explaining what Jim Jones did that should consider him guilty of some type of federal offense. But yet and still, after him and his goofball cloward cronies upload footage of them committing multiple felonies on camera, we're supposed to act like we didn't see it. But he's still telling for the feds that call his phone and offer him protection against Jay Prince, like, hey, take another look at that. How didn't Jim Jones get charged? Statute of limitations ain't over, y'all. Take a double look before it's too late. Y'all got to watch this agent, boy. This shit is flagrant, boy.
And he's a documented gang member.
Imagine, look.
Right? So I'm like, yes, yeah, conspiracy in here. So when I'm hearing them, you know,
he's saying all this for the feds that are paying so close attention to what takes place with him online. They call his phone and ask him, is he in need of any protection against Jay Prince? Because him and Jay Prince have had a exchange online that looks like they're beefing or something. Go look it up. Put Fed phone call Jay Prince Wack Ho No Honey in a YouTube search, and you will see exactly what I'm referring to.
They battling 6ix9ine. He put it up. He put it up on Kuda B. They like, yo, you told on Kuda B. He said Kuda B told on me. He put the paperwork up.
Names, y'all. Don't forget names. I need somebody really on point. Count these names.
It said right here, Kuda B, Contrail, whatever his name is.
We gonna count Kuda and Contrail as 2 names, y'all. That's still 2 different names. That's the government, the gang. It don't matter. That's 2 names.
Said Daniel Hernandez 6ix9ine paid him to go.
Now Daniel Hernandez, because he mentioned 6ix9ine earlier, but now Daniel and 6ix9ine is another name. That's a different name because he's confirming, acknowledging, announcing that this dude has an alias associated with the streets, which he is so accustomed to doing. If you go look upon all the content that he has created upon this internet, every time he refers to any individual, the first thing he says is, oh, whoop-de-whoop from whoop-de-whoop, which I'm sure the feds are pleased to hear and note and put into their freaking records. Oh, my mama.
Or have shots fired at Chief Keef at the W Hotel in Times
Chief Keef
Square, right? So he putting shit up I didn't even know existed, right? So, you know, I don't know Kuda B. So I know Jimmy.
But he speaks on so many people he don't know.
So I sent the clip to Jimmy, and I guess he took it.
All in his business on my mama over, what is it? It was 20 years ago, cuz my brother went to jail. This nigga was getting some construction done on his house. The individual that was doing the work on his house, he had no personal relationship with at the moment, was having a conversation where a spotter from East Coast was mentioned. He called me, said, your brother getting down. I got the paperwork. You got a fax machine? Nah, but it's a Kiko's up the street. I'm going to give you the number. He sent me some paperwork where my brother allegedly snitched, which he did not. But he always in somebody else's motherfucking business. I have no idea. He said my brother told him some 6-0s. Keyway business. Remember, y'all. This is how he thinks and feels. This is his logic.
So this what I don't understand. How does a non-Pacoima guy knows what a guy from Pacoima does in Pacoima?
I just want to keep that on your mind as we react to this queerdo.
Some kind of way. You know, the truth could never be considered disrespect.
But it's got to be a weird feeling to have somebody texting you, hitting you up, and the thing they're hitting you up for is like, hey, bro, I think you might be a snitch. Let's talk about it. I can understand how that's got to be a weird feeling to.
Because why would you want to talk about it? Because even if I admit and agree and it's determined that it's true, you're still willing to do business with me, hook me up with Versus, Kodak Black, come on podcasts with me with DJ Ack, with Hassandra Campbell. Why do you want to know? It's not going to affect the way you deal with me. We still can get a big old bag together. Why are you even asking? You're just a nosy motherfucker.
Get hit up by that.
That ain't no weird feeling.
But if it's your friend, if it's somebody you got a real relationship with, you'd think that you would kind of owe them some explanation time.
Off Paru, that flag, listen, it's do's and deaths to those before me.
When you can't go on Paru Street or Gonzalez Park and hang with the Parus, bro, perhaps you should not have Paru as such a large percentage of the words that you say online, bro. You might want to dial it down a little bit because Paru don't matter that much to you as you want the world to believe, bro. You are not that attached to Paru. You are actually a Peru. You pay for anybody around you to stay true. That's what they do from day 1 to day 2. You pay them, and if you don't, they gonna play you, slay you.
Right? You must remain a stronger soldier for the ones that follow. The mission is to move forward. To get there means not to know how far to go. So I'm not filtering myself.
Can't say nothing that matter or sound like it matter unless he quoting somebody else.
So if something's in front of me, right, that's questioning who you are and what you stand for. Yeah, you a homie. I know you. We good, right? I ain't got no personal problems.
How you calling me a snitch and a homie? Oh, I guess it's like the coochie, because the way we operate, once you snitch, you no longer a homie. You got to get from around us. We don't claim you. You make us look bad, smell bad, feel bad. Get the fuck on. Get off the yard. Get out the hood. PC up. All that old type of shit. But you still claiming him as a homie?
But what I'm hearing, right, is questionable, right?
Hearing. Just like a bitch. What I heard. Not what you seen. Thought it was all about the paperwork. Hold on, honey. Why is it questionable when this nigga way over in New York and is actually absolutely none of your motherfucking business, and you have no idea what's going on in New York, and you kind of confused and curious to know how anybody who's from New York don't.
So this what I don't understand. How does a non-Pacoima guy knows what a guy from Pacoima does in Pacoima?
And we got, just math. As a Damu from VA, only do that because of what the rest of your statement is. Jimmy looks goofy for going to the West for validation. Tell that to Malcolm X, who went to Mecca to pray and bow down for validation amongst where his religion started. Get the fuck out of here. Shout out, salute to Jim Jones. No matter how authentic I ever viewed his affiliation, shout out to him for with all them gray hairs on his face, not trying to prove nothing, but if he needed to prove, or if it was proven, for being capable, for coming to the Mecca and tapping in with the truest pot rules known to the internet that's even doing any of this entertainment shit. And with him, which is Wacko, was all the members behind him that don't care about the internet. He was in the Mecca of Paru. If you're going to come on here and try to make that sound corny, get the fuck up out of here. Ain't about needing the validation or trying to acquire it. He doing something he probably would have did anyway, just prove he had that validation. Wacko ain't throwing that around cheaply, bro. This is a 21-year relationship that we can confirm definitely that goes back with Jim Jones in the city of Compton. Get the fuck up out of here with that. Psh.
And that flag that we fall under, right, says I got the right, to ask you this question.
That's part of being in the same gang as somebody. I never really thought about that.
You can't ask me nan question by no right and no flag that you gonna rely on my fucking answer for. If you're gonna ask me any question by any right by politics, ask me to see my paperwork. If it's not that, get the fuck out of my face when you question me about what a dirty, filthy rat said, you bald head, bussy flashing.
Ain't nobody bigger than the program. Nobody's bigger than the program.
If ain't nobody bigger than the program, go report to Pyru Street. Payru. You flashing your bussy lying to this white boy. Adam is not no dummy, bro. Adam, you look like a pretty good student in class. You've been studying this gangbang shit up front, up close, up personal. Don't let him just tell you anything for them views that you guys acquire together. Hold him to the fire. If nobody's bigger than the program was established on Pyru Street. Cuz cannot be there. The Pyru Street that established Pyru is now ordained and supported by Gonzalez Park. That's where Jim Jones was. The Compton signs are ordained by the city of Compton to be trimmed in blue. They're gray stone trimmed in blue. The one I just saw was trimmed in red. Watch what I say. You're going to see what I said. Oh, my mama. Pyru's is popping, politically potting.
Right? So, it's no different. And okay, if somebody that's a chick that you guys have had a session with, and she'd have been, y'all had 5 sessions, she'd been tested clean every time. And somebody sends your phone.
Look how far he got to take his metaphor off to make a gangbang point. This nigga is the goofiest.
Hey, yo, check this out. She's hot.
She got AIDS.
She's hot. I guarantee you, even though you're cool with her, are you not going to say anything? And she's talking about when we going to do another session?
I guess I would have to bring it up.
Because
that would be the message to everybody across the coast that's watching, everybody on Clubhouse that be on this nigga nuts, everybody that be asking me or anybody on my coast questions about this queerdo goofy. If this is not clear evidence, he's absolutely nobody. How can Jim Jones fly out here and come politic and parlay and post up with the Pyrus, but potato head poop, but Payru? Huh? Cannot. Yeah, I had to stop. Couldn't think of another P.
Be very awkward.
Yeah, because now because you taught me that, like dude did, they got shit where they can get fake shit.
Yeah.
Right? So you're just gonna say, "Oh, I'm cool with it, I'm not gonna say nothing"? Nah, I mean, shit, it ain't no, I just wanted an explanation on what this was because it wasn't sounding right.
So what? You got an explanation on what Snitch 9 to Coochie did. You didn't need no explanation. You saw it. It didn't sound right. It didn't look right. And you still was comfortable building, helping him establish his empire post being a rat. So what difference did it make what Jim Jones did? Oh, no, honey. You are making absolutely no sense. You are a walking contradiction, a hypocrite. To find out that he was all bad would have not done nothing. You would have still taken $1 million meetings where you and him would have still been happy afterward, hug, dapped, and showed one another love. You would still help him feed his family, and it would help you feed your family. You actually give no fucks about the politics. You've made it clear online that you don't allow street politics to affect the way you do business. You have no street relationship with Jim Jones. So why are you interested in his politics? You are an extreme walking contradiction, a sitting contradiction, a talking contradiction, a continuance, consistent contradiction that is flashing his bussy at me right now, and I can't stand it. Cover that bussy, boy.
It still don't sound right. Him, me, them, whoever is on there like that, saying those type of things, and this was caught up in a federal indictment and used in a federal trial, and you ain't been cuffed.
And so what you trying to help the feds to double back, refile, revisit, reconsider the evidence and getting filed on? Damn, what if he put off the Kaiser Sose? What if he just like you back in the Main Street situation when the feds ran up in your sheet knit? What if they looked all up in this situation and they found out, oh, we can't feed up with him because of technicalities? You the only one that is able to encounter the feds and then emerge victorious and leave with a favor owed? Only you, huh? All right, Catch.
A question, I believe you've been cuffed a question.
If 6ix9ine had actually like taken Jim Jones down as well, that would have been
but here goes the
pretty
thing.
historic.
And then 6ix9ine telling me he like Wack.
Look, what nigga in the world is gonna consistently, constantly, continuously quote what a filthy, dirty rat told him to establish what he thought about the next nigga, the next situation, the next whatever, bro. This nigga is absolutely no bueno, my people. I'm not saying it. I'm not even presenting no evidence on y'all. I'm not exposing him. He's exposing himself. I'm just observing, acknowledging, and pointing out what is obvious. This nigga is no good. Look how comfortable he is classifying himself as an acquaintance with a filthy, dirty, nasty piece of shit government informant that sat on the stand and gave up a whole Damu organization. If you was Mr. Paru, this dude should get absolutely no consideration, validation, acknowledgement from you. That day he ended up with you, Hassandra Campbell, and Wackademics on that podcast was supposed to day you was putting down all these demo, all that what you do. He was supposed to walk up to get a handshake, and out of nowhere, the Ninja Turtles were supposed to cuz off. We were supposed to sound like this. Maybe even a little of this. But no, you held his hand throughout that whole ordeal. You are no good. You are payroll. You are not righteous or real. You are a queerdo looking at a porn star trying to prove to him you extra hard. On my mama, dead homie's daughter's bet your whole ass cannot walk 9 yards.
Jim was the number 2. If I didn't take that stand, if I said, fuck you, I'm going to fight these 47 years you trying to give me, Jimmy was going to be called. So he's telling me these things. So he gave me the clip.
I just don't consider 6ix9ine the most reliable narrator.
Man, exactly. Just like this federal informant that everybody wants to confirm Tammy Cohen saying Meech did or said anything. If Snitch 9 to Coochie word is good or valid against or about anybody, so is Tammy Cohen's. And if all we need is a dirty, filthy rat to speak or say anything about a gangster and that confirms it, That would never work in this real game. It might work in these YouTube streets with this YouTube audience, but even Adam, as a student of this shit, even though he betrays his actual intelligence of the environment, because by now, if he never really got it, the fact that he just went to the 40s like that, when his Hoover's saying it ain't cool and all that controversy, all that's going on, he was able to go with 4 extras. And as long as he known this goofy, he can't get no kind of action like that with Mr. Peru. With all the other evidence that he has, I know for a fact he know Ho No Hundred is a fraud. He's more comfortable around Ho No Hundred, and he feels totally unfearful, unthreatened. He looks at Ho No Hundred as extremely harmless. However, he does have viral value, and as a businessman, he is invested in what Ho No Hundred provides as a troll, the king of Clubhouse, not the streets, not in LA, not even in the Valley, not the Crip streets, the Pot Roo streets, the Blood streets, the Peru streets, the YouTube streets. Guess what? Cause I got a few stripes. I ain't gonna even lie. No. Cause somehow I wasn't paying attention during COVID. I remember my coworkers tried to get me on Clubhouse. I just couldn't get it, didn't care about. But this nigga done established and ordained that there's a such thing as a pack out that can happen virtually. Wow. A pack out is a term that was reserved for actual physical activity amongst gang members at one point in time, but now it's a common term, just like crash out. Crash out was a term that required way more than being on the camera and saying things that we didn't expect to hear. But now these YouTube streets has causing everything to be watered down, and Ho No Hundred is actually a factor in the YouTube streets. Not the actual Kayas. The only documentation we get from him out here is last time somebody that mattered called him in the Kayas, they called it case. I can't confirm or deny if it's true. I'm just telling you what I heard about the fucking Peru. Oh, my mama, let's keep it cracking. We in the black box.
Wack,
stuff like
hey,
that.
listen, 6ix9ine will tell you, I ratted. And guess what else he don't know?
Only admits.
Then you still forge a relationship with him. Imagine the phenuck out of that. And he is trying to insult y'all intelligence, declare that, claim that with all that confidence without attaching to it. Because of that being true, the way I treated him, I am a piece of shit. You cannot have one without the other. If what he just said is truly indeed a fact, the fact that he was friendly with him, associated with him, did business with him, promoted him, came around him without fucking him over, causes him to be a piece of shit by his own self-admittance on my mama.
To the shit that he has to admit to.
No,
and he twists and turns all these other lies about all this other stuff to basically change the way that people view the situation.
What do you mean? He's shit. He told you what he did. He don't care.
I still don't think Shotty Sarah Molina. I still think he lied about that to create plausible reasons for him snitching.
I believe that happened. Yeah, I believe that.
Anything's
he
possible.
was,
Yeah, he believed it happened because he stayed worried about what a nigga did with his wee. And to him, if that did happen, there's justification. Because let me tell y'all why this nigga hate me so much. According to him and what he told me, I fucked his girl before he fucked her. Day I met him. My girl from East Coast. Used to fuck her. I bought her braces, put her through nursing school. She look good now. Shout out to Net from 7-6. I would never, ever record you. I am nothing like this nigga. Oh, blah. Bro, I fucked on Net like in the 90s, maybe the early 2000s. This nigga was with the homie from 40s like 2 years ago, asking him about me and this bitch, So whatever it is about another man putting his dick up in somebody, he don't care if it's male or female, because he talks about all type of activities. He even let this man he's sitting across the table with present him with a mold of his swipe without going up. But anyway, this nigga is very invested, interested in what a man does with his wee.
No, he was probably, doing what he was doing.
Somebody put me on the phone with Shotty the other day. I should have asked him.
But nevertheless, he ain't gonna cop to that.
No, yeah, probably not.
But nevertheless, end of the day, if he's in the bubble of it, he's gonna know what's going on. He like, yo, bro.
All right, bottom line. Okay, I see at the end he trying to stand on the fact that he was a reading ad or he ain't no good, right? But you see at the beginning of all this, the reason why we reacted to this piece at all is because he was talking about the homies always accepted him, the homies this, that, and the other. Miss Hold No Hundred is actually vigilante against the grain, trying to be like me, Mr. 1597, no matter what, against all opposition. He gonna stand on his principles. But now it's all about, the homies always, and the homies this, and the homies that. And we gonna speed this up because
No ass one.
glad that he know, bro. Ain't no telling how he gonna act. Hopefully this will beat the AI. We still gonna say fair use and all that. But let's see. Let's see how long ago is this. It's like a couple years ago. Let's see just his real loose, comfortable thoughts on Jim Jones. And this is Hold No Hundred on saying Jim Jones snitched after airport fight, part 19. Let me get the speed up. I hope this works. Because I know Phoenixing with Vlinad, he know he nas. You will get a damn thing. We're going to speed him up. Let's just go. Let me go. All right, look. When you go from normal, if I'm going to speed him up, it go to 1.25, 1.5, and then 1.75. So I'm not going to choose 1.25 or 1.75. I'm going to go with 1.5. Make sense, y'all? All right, let's go. Yep, bam.
Well, I mean, you just mentioned Jim Jones.
Let's go. Oh, okay, yes, be on. Let's go back.
Accuse him of snitching after the whole airport brawl?
He ratted.
Meaning that what? He went to the cops and said, I
No,
didn't
the
do
cops
it?
came here.
Okay.
He ratted.
What was ratting?
Now, this look. Look how confident, comfortable he is. Consider him a rat. And we know how comfortable he was then collabing with, getting money with Snitch 9 Takuchi. He protected and promoted him post him becoming a federal cooperative. Now, here he is on Vlinad, and he is adamant. Jim Jones ain't no good. He's a renat. But then just look how respectful he was when Jim Jones' name came up in front of Adam. Trying not to look goofy because this guy, he said, is a rat and you Mr. Pyru. You trying to convince the world you have some type of keys to Pyru over here. And this New York blood came all up in all up in Gonzales Park, and you can't. I hope the whole world is watching, paying attention.
See, here's the thing, right? And this is why I tell the children to stay out of this gang culture. Don't come into this shit because...
Bro, you have not been affiliated with this gang culture since 1991, and you can't stay out of it. Shut the fuck up. Talking about you gonna tell somebody kids, nigga. At least your kid didn't listen to you, and he didn't get in gang culture. But if you take the N and G out at the end and say the same word, maybe add a Y, he got deep into that culture.
There's a bunch of rules that don't make sense. There's a bunch of rules that's irrational, a bunch of rules that's one-sided, right? And so, but when you come into it, you accept these are the rules, right? Listen, man, you having a fight, the fight break out, cool.
He loved to explain this shit that he has a vague knowledge of to these white boys as an expert and attempt to convince them that he knows what the fuck he talking about. But unlike every other Southern California gang member, he has no clue that the 11A East Coasters are blocked in our neighborhood Crips because it's a walking contradiction, queerdo cloward, constantly contradicting himself.
As soon as the cops get there, Jim Jones go to identify. They assaulted me. Both of them assaulted me. These words, right? They're going to go on the police report. It's going to say, this guy such and such said that these two...
You smut a nigga out like this, right? There is no room for letting wrong, showing respect for the real Paru that let him come to the Mecca. Or like that, see you chunking up. Somebody screenshot that and sent it to my DM how he chunking up that Crip. But once you smut a nigga out like this as an authority on Paru, ain't no what we just listened to you telling Adam 22, not from Hold No Hundred. No, you supposed to be still standing, pushing politics. And according to you, and Snitch Hunted, if you feeding up with somebody that ain't no good, you ain't no good. So now, according to you, all the people that gave him that red carpet treatment into Pyro Paradise ain't no good, right?
Guys assaulted him. That ain't how it worked with us, right? He wanted to make the party that night, right? Bro, you supposed to cuff your ass up, get booked in, make your bail, and then let your legal deal with it. This is the...
With Snitch 9, it was okay for him to tell on everybody and get out and get greeted by Hold No 100 and patched in with $1 million deals and features with Kodak Black and all that though. But Jim Jones in the airport, been famous before Takuchi was even probably born damn near. I know he was a baby boy. He get a pass for bringing down a whole blood organization. This nigga is goofy as fuck.
Life of the streets. Now what Jim need to do, he need to do what a lot of these other people need to do. Say, hey, look, bro, I'm 45. You know, I'm no longer active.
Haven't he said that? Hasn't he said that? He's such a contradiction because he always tried to justify fee-knucking with Snitch 9 Takuchi by saying he doesn't allow street politics to bleed over into his office politics. But then he was also quoted saying he refused to sign a Sereno because of street politics or prison politics. This dude stands on every side of every coin, on every corner with his G-string shown and trying to sell this bussy. Look again, once again, bussy wide open. He just lucky Vlad cameraman ain't freaky like Adams. The camera, you know, see just Adams. When they ain't shooting no jumper, they shooting plug talk. So they be looking for shots. So that's why we see his bussy on no jumper. Vlad cameraman ain't that thirsty. He ain't that kinky. That's crazy.
I'm no longer part of that. Those people that want to fuck with me, but that's not my life. I'm living a normal life. And if Jim would have made that announcement a year, 2 years, 5 years ago,
like you made, but then turn around and contradict it like a hypocrite and always trying to get yourself involved and seemingly to appear relevant in these type of situation. You well-rehearsed LA Compton gangbanger wanna be just like us ass nigga. They not like us. They not like us.
Then you wouldn't have heard me say anything. If that would have been you, right? Yeah, I wouldn't have called you a snitch, right? Because you don't fall under these irrational ass, one-sided ass rules, right? That's driven by, selective politicking. Because guess what, Vlad? I want to see if you're going to keep it real. Okay. If that was Wack doing that, they rushed me. They attacked me.
J-Rock knocked me out, blood. J-Rock just knocked me out, blood. Where y'all was at? He just knocked me out with a dope fiend, blood. Oh, we got to get down, blood. Hey, he gone, OG. Calm down. Where he go? So if what? If what? Let's catch his logic, y'all. Let's catch his logic with these old man fingers that can't ball the fierce fist. These collapsed ass knuckles that can't hurt nobody. That's why he ain't took Nan Squabble that he talk about.
Right, that's driven by selective politicking. Because guess what, Vlad? I want to see if you're gonna keep it real. Okay. If that was Wack doing that, they rushed.
J-Rock just knocked me out, blood.
It's me. They attacked.
He just knocked me out with a dope fiend.
Attack me. What would the whole world be saying right now?
You was a bitch ass buster, just like we being said. Oh, my mama.
No.
Yeah, I'm just playing with a new toy.
I see what you're saying. They say the Wack snitched on those dudes.
Straight up. And they selected politic, and I just told everybody, you say you not trade gangster blood, this would come with that. He got real niggas be with him. His man Shooter wouldn't have did that. His man Shooter would have tried to get out of there, or if they...
they go to Bussy. Can't get away from the Bussy.
He'd have just took his cuffing, bailed out, and had his legal deal with that. You would have never heard that come out of his mouth, because dude really fall up under that. But it's a lot of these people playing with it because they're using it for position, for to make their popularity bigger, but they don't even understand the rules because they never even fail within the rules, right? So that's telling the minute you go identify to the police anything that has anything to do with the commission of a crime, you tell it. In this world, not in the...
Oh, my mama, cuz it's documented of being stopped on the highway with a device attached to his truck, which was actually a recording device, but his scary ass thought it was a bomb. And he called 911 and reported a possible potential bomb on his vehicle, which would be considered illegal. Then let's hear again what happens when you do anything to make the police aware of anything illegal, according to CS2 back, holding on 100 McElroy Jones with the rainbow sun.
anything that has anything to do with the commission of a crime, you tell it. In this world, not in the real world, it makes no sense. I don't.
His world. The owner of a trucking company, successful trucking company, he was able to go through the whole Suge Knight, Del Dog, Main Street fiasco, according to him, with coming out as nothing but the truck driver. But in his world, as a truck driver. You hear me? Not as a payroll, truck driver.
You tell it. In this world, not in the real world, it makes no sense. I don't expect him to understand it, right? I've done time, been to prison, been charged with.
As a baby boy, he got vicious with his airsoft gun and shot a man 1,000 times in the face, and the man stood there and took it and fell down and cried and screamed and showed up in court and pointed him out, and the white judge, it looked just like the white man that he shot in the face, said, "Oh, look how his face looks like yours now, Mr. Cash Jones. You must have hated that his skin was smooth. So you gave him 1,000 pellets to the face, and you were 17, we're sending you to prison." PC'd up. Look, he tried to convince the whole world. That's why he don't say this again, because he know I'm listening, I'm watching, I'm reacting, I'm responding. He wants the world to know he was the only or the youngest individual in the California correction system. He was a minor. Guess what? There is absolutely no way that he could be housed in the California Department of Corrections as a minor unless he was placed under protective custody. Listen to me, y'all. Hear what I just said. It is whole, no hundreds, personal testimony that he is the youngest inmate to ever be housed in the California Department of Corrections on a prison yard as a minor. I think he stayed at the age of 17, 16, something of that nature. But before 18, definitely, he claims that. Yes. He said he was housed on the yard. Guess what? Anytime a minor is housed in anything considered adult, guess what they immediately placed him under? Protective custody. So all this prison conversation he likes to keep up, this reputation he likes to report, just know it all began in protective custody. That's if it's true, if he was actually a minor on a California prison yard. And then you see how many people are involved on coming online and documenting their experiences in prison. Shout out Damian Porter. China man, let him do his neighborhood. Go put my name, his name in a YouTube chat. Put, let me say, maybe fight prison. And that's when your op politically has no hate in his heart, reminisces on 20 years plus ago, and talks about what he went through in prison with you. It's just typically what happens. I was able to call my nigga Spotty, OG from 9-0. Did 30 years. We did some time together. He was able to call in and just speak, carelessly, casually about our experiences in prison. However, I never utilized my time upon this internet to try to highlight or bring glory or glorify my experience in prison. It's not what I do. He brought it into question, and then this was able to take place. This is the only guy I know that's on the internet that went to prison as a teen, hasn't been in the up-teen years, and keeps prison on the tip of his tongue as if he missed the men that occupied prison the most. This is what I pick up from him. But however, in this age where he's always trying to validate himself and always bringing someone, including the police, to prove his point upon line, the only persons he's ever got testimony from that can speak on his experience in prison was a rainbow person that he posted a post from, who used to braid his hair and talked about how proud they were of seeing him go from prison to an internet sensation. And this individual stated how much of a hothead that they perceived him to be in prison. I guess he was proud of that, and he posted it. Outside of that, all this stomped down prison activity that he claims to be, he has absolutely zero witnesses. I actually have homies that was in youth authority with him. They have quite the opposite story to tell. Shout out my nigga Little Devil from 9-0. And there's others, but him in particular. There's actually a story that didn't take place in YTS, but in prison that is actually factual to my belief. And it's notorious in the system of a Damu slapping the shit out of cuz on the yard. And then instead of him fighting right back, His reaction caused it to be arranged amongst the Damus that they was going to get down at the next unlock. However, at the next unlock, instead of going to meet his opponent, he engaged with a police officer, a correctional officer, into an argument that was belligerent and disrespectful. It crossed over into insubordination. And when you disrespect authority in prison, that's insubordination. He got rolled up and went to the hole, indicating he'd rather go to the hole for arguing with the police to actually fight the nigga that slapped the shit out of him. At one point, I knew this Damu nigga name. He who had gave me the details of this story, including the name of the nigga that slapped the shit out of him. I hope you hear this and get in my DM and remind me so we can refresh our audience. Because you know I ain't lying on my mama.
Murders for shit I didn't do, and I know exactly who did it. Right? They run around on the streets having fun while I'm fighting their case. People would say, well, fuck, why you don't come tell them if that's your homeboy? Because that ain't how it go.
So you wouldn't tell under any circumstance?
Not gonna happen. The only time I will assist law enforcement, and I just had this happen. A guy had a BMW stolen, 2 houses down. I got a bunch of cameras on my house, the real shit, right? So they seen him, knocked on my door with the cops. Hey, this is how I see you got cameras. Can you give us the footage? I asked him one question. Was there a kid in the car? No. No child was in the car? No, I can't give you the footage. Now, if you could have told me there was a kid in the car, and I can help save that kid and find that kid, I'd have turned over the footage.
Look at this, cuz. Look, nigga want to talk so much and sound so cool. Now, all law enforcement knows, and they're under no obligation to be honest with you. If you want hold no hunted to turn over the footage, just tell them it's a kid in the car. But he thought that was the coolest shit in the world to say. That nigga thought he was landing like a loke and said that goofy ass shit. He just let all law enforcement know. You want to throw me for a loop and know everything I know? Did y'all get that, cuz? Just tell him. Just tell him it's a kid involved and he gonna tell everything he know. This nigga's a hoe.
You fucking with a kid now. On the flip side, right? I can come home, hear gunshots, see a dude running out, look him dead in the face, go in, and he killed everybody in my house. I'm not gonna give him the description of who that man is.
This nigga's a motherfucking goofy ass clobbered cornball liar.
Is. I'm not gonna say a word. We're gonna deal with that in the streets. Period. It's not gonna happen. This is the
streets he is never, ever, 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 ever present in. That's crazy.
Irrational shit that we fall up under.
If that's how he really chooses to live his life, and that was indeed factual, why would he be doing all this documentation online? So as soon as just people get killed, and then there's retaliation, we have this profession and commitment. You might as well go get your revenge and go knock on the police door and turn yourself in, goofball.
And I don't expect people to understand it because they're not going to understand it. You got to be really bred into this to fall up under that. We never know nothing. We hear no evil, see no evil, we speak no evil.
Imagine.
Oh, no.
It's an oxymoron, actual contradiction to claim to be the exposures and then say, hear no, see no, no, speak no. All the exposures do is commit themselves to bringing forth evil. You make absolutely no sense. How are we remotely aware of the fact that Big U may or may not possibly, potentially, probably be possibly responsible for selling multiple masses of ammunition to his homies and shaving off serial numbers, which is an illegal activity? How are we aware that this may or may not be a possibility? How we are aware that Big U and his homies and Loose Coochie Lips and Cole and Ashley Cannon may or may not been involved in extortion when it comes to people like Rick Ross, Meek Mill, and others? How are we aware of this? How do we have any clue, any idea of this as a community? Why do anybody in the world have the idea that Big U may or may have not had knowledge of Nipsey Hussle's alleged murder before it even took place? Where do we get these ideas, this information, these implications, insinuations? incriminations. Where do we get them, y'all? I'm just saying, make this shit make sense.
Evil. That's just how it goes. With me today being a father, if I can assist finding a child, right, you're going to get that assistance.
He just gave a PSA to all law enforcement agencies. You want to trick me in to cooperating? I need y'all backup. Put in some official documents that there was a kid involved. I'll tell you anything. Then I could come back on Vlad and no jumper and cover my ass because y'all said it was a kid involved, even if y'all was lying. That's crazy.
Out of me. I'm telling the world, whatever you want to call me, you call me. I'm a whoop. I'm going to stand how I stand. As long as that I know that child is of light.
If that dying to get on the stand, bro. The same way he was dying to get in front of these cameras and show his bussy and run his mouth like the rappers and artists and R&B singers he pretended to be interested in promoting and standing behind. He's been dying to be in the spotlight. And he just also let you know he's dying to get on the stand. That's why we saw him testifying in the Keefe D case. Just think about how long he's been living and how little business he got even poking his nose into the Keefe D, Keyway, Compton, Crip case, boy. But this nigga found himself in court testifying, looking, sounding stupid, dumb ass. Oh, my mama, because he wants to be implicated, included in all type of situations that he has absolutely zero relevance in. This is the nature of being Ho No 100 on the internet. Wannabe. He is an official wannabe. Wannabe with a lot more that he is, a lot more that he would never be. He just wanna be.
If I walk in and child has no life, there's nothing I can do to help that child. I ain't got nothing to say about it. That's done. Whatever I could tell you is not going to bring that child back. You know, now we move on to other things to deal with that. And that's just where I come from. So the minute he started telling, they attacked me, both of them. You telling. Like y'all heard it.
Oh, so this is why, no.
You telling. It's no different than you hear Gunner is why I sell a game. Yes, he telling. You heard it. Because if I would have did an inkling of any of that, Wack 100.
This nigga said, Gunner telling, why sell a game? I agree. Just take note, observe. Every time he mentions anybody's name on the internet and introduce them into a conversation and include them, he say, oh, whoopty whoop, whoopty whoop, whoopty whoop, whoopty whoop. He just can't be whoopty whoop. He got to be whoopty whoop from whoopty whoop, whoopty whoop. So if Gunner confirming and acknowledging and establishing that this guy is definitely from somewhere, even though I'm going to acknowledge and admit that that was a specific position, and I agree, Gunner shouldn't have said that. We got to pay attention to this dude with the broad strokes that he tried to swipe every situation until it is really directed at him. This is a cloward, bro. Oh, my mama. Look at this goofball, cuz. This who y'all should leave in.
There's a snitch, but because it's Jim Jones, and, you know, a lot of the New Yorkers don't like when I speak on New York shit. Like, I don't speak on shit from everywhere. Shit nice from here. I speak on shit, big U's from here. I speak on shit everywhere.
But why he do that? Guess how he actually feels, y'all. Just put this in perspective.
Gotta do my
So
Googles.
this what I don't understand. How does a non-Pacoima guy knows what a guy from Pacoima does in Pacoima?
You know, Gunner's from wherever he's from. It doesn't matter. If it's in the blogs, I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna get my personal opinion, and that's what it is. But at the end,
so why the are you questioning, giving a about if somebody from Pacoima or not when they speak on your poot butt potato head bitch ass?
Today, everybody knows if that would have been me, any of my artists, Gang, Blueface doing any of that shit, right? Oh, they'd label us a rat.
All right, so we almost gonna wrap this up, y'all. I think I have one more video relevant to the subject matter. We just having fun in the black box. Y'all dig a laws. I got some new equipment. You know how a man is with new toys. I enjoy this process a lot more than I used to. So for multiple reasons, I'm committed to be more consistent, constant, and continuous creating content. Y'all heard the C double. Remember I was on Wheel of Fortune. I remember it was the Damu home from Arizona. It was like, oh, 3 C's, cuz. You know it's 3 C's. Oh, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, yeah, I'm just trying to put together some time over here. Let's actually see what got holding on 100. Explaining itself to a pink peckerwood porn star panty wearer that posed for pictures with a gay porn star. This is who Wack feels comfortable explaining his gang relevance to on a consistent basis. Oh, my mama. This is what we got, y'all. Shout out Jim Jones, Wacko, the West Side. Now, look, this is Gonzalez Park. I promise y'all, cuz all around Compton, I mean, y'all got to get a good look at it. All around Compton, cuz, when you see these signs, cuz, see that Gonzalez Park? This shit is trimmed in blue, like official Compton color for the city, the mayor, all them. It's blue. I don't know how they got this shit red, but shout out to them. That's why I was shouting out to Don Moves and Inglewood for getting the form painted back red. On my mama, cuz all our life, the form been red. Sometime in recent history, the thing was turned blue. I'm sure it had nothing to do with gang banging. Because I don't know how many people noticed it. I definitely did. Out of nowhere, that thing got back red. And I always jokingly saluted the Don Moves in Inglewood because it's a predominantly Don Move city. Like, damn, cuz, how y'all get the form painted back red? And these niggas in Gonzalez Park, anybody that do vlogs around Compton, cuz, show these people. Go around Compton and show all the Compton signs, cuz. These motherfuckers is blue. Except when you fucking with the pyro. Look where Jim Jones at, cuz he doing this shit comfortable, confident. And you know this start with a conversation and a phone call, trusting the voice on the other end. So if y'all want to know where Ho No 100 really fit into these pyro politics in Southern California, pay attention, y'all. Because Jim Jones has absolutely nothing to do with this soil out here. But this is the brotherhood. This is the bandana. This is the bond. This is the bridge. And Ho No 100 is not involved, y'all. And this breaks his heart on my mama.
What's up, couple? Yeah. Shit, right now we're in Buffalo. Stephanie, Gonzalez Park.
Look, I got it. That's hard, cuz. Because all they doing is making a statement. Cuz ain't tripping on nothing, bro. And if you are out of town rapper, street nigga, whatever, and you claiming this LA shit, and you in your 40s, almost 50s, and you've been doing it for 20-some years, and you can't do this with some type of solid soil out here, you might want to reevaluate what you dedicate your life to. So I'm gonna keep it at Google, cuz throughout my rap career, trolling, bagging, I used to like shit on Jim Jones' Damuism. But here it is, a couple decades later, and the way he tapped in, the maturity of the shit, and I understand the game is progress, cuz I gotta get cuz it's props on my mama. Ain't a whole lot of niggas with $1 million that would be doing this, but I'm gonna tell you, you see that nigga in there? I don't know if that's Wacko, but he'll make itself more apparent in a moment. But that nigga in that red hat back there, I think that's Wacko. If that ain't him, what cuz say, just like G-Weed, free G-Weed, what they say when it comes to streets and internet, not to knock down or overlook anybody else from that section, because it ain't my business to know the details, but I can tell you this, when it comes to streets, when they blend with the internet or the industry, and G-Weed been down for a second. All right. When it comes to industry and internet and streets and West Side Pyroing, hey, Wacko. CEO Wacko. Yeah, say that name. On my mama.
Easy call. Hey, look, easy call. Hey, look, he in good hands with all state.
Look, them pyros, not payrolls, them pyros. I'm a Keyway Nation, push that, but these is my people. We black. These the people that roam, patrol, and terrorize the streets I grew up in. The people that I done politic with and got passes from and giving them out to. These are the people that occupy the jungles that I dwell in. A lot of times, even daily. I got so much family and interest still in the trenches that it's part of my existence. Dead homies, daughters. But these the real pyros, not the payroll Ho No 100s. Look at him with the salt and pepper. And he ain't putting nothing, no extras on what he got going on. He just popping his regular pyro pop.
One of my guys, that part. Hey, look, man, I love the homie. Pull up like that. Pull up.
Ooh-wee, look in his eyes, bro. He ain't said pyro yet. You see how often Ho No 100 said to try to convince you he's actually won. They in Gonzalez. Look how happy, sarcastic, smirkish he look. I love the homie. Salute to Cuz. Cuz look familiar. I don't know his name. I probably know Cuz though. Look at it. I love this shit. I apologize, but I love this shit. Oh, my mama. I will never incriminate no one, but I appreciate his posture. You hear me? He ain't trying to appear threatening, gangster, tough, hard, none of that. Read between the lines to this that nigga energy. Let me bag him up a little bit. This clip only 3 minutes. We only 27 seconds in. And after this, we out of here. Don't trip.
You pull up like that. You pull up.
Oh, wait. Read between the lines, y'all.
It's all good. It's all good.
Wacko. My nigga, let me just, here go another cold card. I know we done struck out. I promise y'all, last time Rick Ross called back after we was off, we gonna see though, cold call. And then, you know, sometimes we connect and then they don't even want to talk about nothing we talking about, but we gonna see if we catch Wacko and see if he gonna give us a little input on the subject matter.
What it do, Spider?
What up? Fully fair warning. I'm on my live, Brody. You on my screen right now with Jim Jones. How the fuck did y'all get them signs painted red, bro? I ain't never seen an official Compton sign painted red like that.
I don't even know what you talking about, brother.
The Gonzalez Park sign isn't trimmed in red. Like all the Welcome to Compton signs around the city is in blue. All them same little signs. And Gonzalez Park is red, bro. I just wanted, that shit is crazy to me.
That's neighborhood stuff. But listen, I'm in the middle of some things, man.
Salute. Say less. I knew that was what it was going to be, but appreciate that pickup. Say less, bro. I know you don't fuck around. All right. Yeah, just simple. Just
I ain't gonna lie. When I came out here to do the certified gangster video, ain't nobody want to come outside. They said you got to speak to this guy right here. I don't know what you talking.
That's that nigga. That's my nigga. No extras on nothing. And I, you know, not gonna drag nobody into no public conversations, but the point was well made. Y'all get it?
Talk about blood. I don't know about no video, no nothing. They said you got to speak to Wacko. I said who? They said nah. Everybody said you got to speak to Wacko. You heard? I ain't gonna tell you nothing but the real, huh? That's what that is. Straight up, though. Still speaking to Wacko. You heard? What's up? We out here though, in the midst of it. You heard? On turf. You heard? On bees, on bumpers. Stop playing with us.
I don't give a fuck, Kyle. I swear to God, I went to New York in 2017, Kyle. I'm out there. This is when I first started doing this live shit. I'm in the back seat of the car going live in New York with my nigga Bino and my nigga, goddamn, I know my other nigga way, Cash Daddy way better than I know Bino, but these my two niggas because that nigga Slowbucks bitch ass left me stranded at JFK after he told me he was coming to get me and Puto. It's fuck cuz, for real cuz. Wait till I tell that story because I've been playing with it because he used to call, tap in and beg me not to keep it to Google. But Puto did. Now, this shit got something to do with the watchtowers. But anyway, yeah, this nigga Slowbucks left us hanging. My nigga Cash Daddy and Bino had to come get us. We was driving around New York. They drove from Philly to, you know, to New York. Y'all do the math time, whatever. We drive around New York, need some weed, cuz I'm in the car, just started going live. I may have maximum 30 people watching me. But what I'm telling them is, look, I'm in New York, man. I need some green. So that's what I put it out there. I said, any keyway, a lot of Cree nips used to tap in on my she-nip, right? So like, bam, I'm like, any Cree nip, the closest homie next to me, cuz I'm finna get my location from the driver, any homie close to me that could get me to some greenery. Hit my DM, let me know your location. Bam, a certain person, whoop. All I saw was cuz, address, tell the address to the driver. Oh, it's only 10. Whoop, we on our way. Whoop. Dead homie, shout out my nigga Cash for 23 EC, Brooklyn for Death Doe, my loc, cuz I love you, Keyway. So imagine, cuz that's my energy, cuz I got like 10, 11, 12 people in my life, cuz I need some greenery. I'm in New York. Well, why? A certain nigga say, get in my DM, cuz we got you over here, this address. We'll pull up, cuz gang of tall ass projects, cuz the type of shit you see on TV, I don't see nothing. We driving slow, looking, texting. I see a nigga pop out of nowhere with two braids, cuz, a white t-shirt and a powder blue rag around his neck, but everything he got on is dingy, dusty, Easty, cuz. We Easty on my mama, cuz. I ain't gonna lie. He wasn't crispy. He wasn't crispy, sharp, and clean. He was New York, Brooklyn, grimy, popped up out of nowhere. Mind you, I still have no idea where he from at this time. I see the rag, or he just a low. So he pull up, whoop, whoop, whoop. I know where to get it, whoop, whoop, whoop. About through 2-3 minutes talking, like, we from East Coast Crip. Like, what? I'm like, y'all from East Coast? I said, you know what really came out of my mouth at first? I was like, what the fuck? And with all his New York slang and lingo, he like, yeah, cuss. It wasn't quite us, but it was, yeah, cuss. East Coast. Okay, whoop. And shout out my nigga, Baby Drac from 6 Deuce, because he was one of the most popular homies online with other names. And he named off all them social media homies that was active, networking. He named, we in touch with, what, I'm like, okay, whoop. My time there was on an invite of a janky promoter. And I ended up in a position where dead homies, daughters, lokes, loved ones, everything I love and live for, sisters, sons, nieces, nephews, aunties, uncles, and cousins, cuz me and Puto fell in the hands of the 2-3 ECs in Brooklyn, California, New York. I put my situation in one nigga ear, which was Cash from 2-3, cuz. I watched cuz go whisper in a gang of Crips ears, cuz, and they come up with basically a blue hat full of money, cuz, gave me some 5-star accommodations for the rest of the time I was gonna be there. Dead homies, cuz I love y'all, cuz you cannot never tell me nothing about the 2-3 ECs from NYC, Brooklyn to be exact. They got the little fly room. I met Bishop Brigante, the battle rap dude. We functioned. I was able to be at Sean Price. That shit is crazy, man. Black Thought. That was a hell of a motherfucking weekend for me. But anyway, I know I'm getting way off story. This is the way I tell stories, and it happens. But we talking about Jim Jones and Compton. But damn, I forgot how I got off track. But maybe one day I'll get back. If I don't, it don't matter. I'm gonna still just stack my stacks on my mama. Hey,
Real certified gangster with me too. Hop out, not the little one, the big one. You heard?
Hey, look, you see where he at? That is the Tams, where Suge caught his case, and the mural, the brand new mural that Kendrick got popping, that's worldwide, that's the Tams. That's the one that was highlighted in the Super Bowl, y'all. They got that nigga in the trenches. M-Rec, what it do, Brody?
Yo, Lo.
Hey, you live on the Black Box. I appreciate you. Shout out to the Rec Rod. Right now, we are looking at Jim Jones and Wacko from Westside Pyru on Rosecrans and Central, the home of the Compton Pyru Mecca. They at the Tams where Suge called his case, where they got the brand new Kendrick mural. That's the same Tams that Kendrick highlighted in the Super Bowl last year. What's your thoughts on Jim Jones being able to be here, walking distance from the actual Pyru Street, and Wack, Hold No Honey cannot be there? Talk to us, M-Rec.
What's happening, Lo?
Yes, sir.
So now check it before I lose my train of thought. Now, I don't know what Jim Jones trying to prove, you know what I'm saying, going out there to Cali, getting up with the homie, you know what I'm saying? First and foremost, it looked like a reach, a big reach. So I'm gonna say that. Now, this is something I forgot. You mentioned a while ago. I've been meaning to ask you for a long time.
Okay.
You said, well, I'm gonna say this. I recall you saying something to the effect of you knew the reason why Monster left 50 or Monster had a conversation. Like, put me on, man.
It was extremely similar to the reason why he fell out with Banks the first time, when nobody was ever expecting they would fall out. Banks had a death in the family, He chose to fall back from being on road and constant grinding for that time, and 50 didn't respect it because he doesn't have a family foundation and base that he's in love and has any affection toward. So he was so committed to the grind. His concept was, look, this shit ain't gonna always be available like this. So while it is, we out here no matter what. And when Banks lost his father, he took some time off, and 50 didn't respect it, and it caused a major rift in their relationship, similar to Monster. Everybody saw Monster not being the biggest nigga physically, was the biggest nigga mentally for everybody. He was that nigga. That's my nigga. And he had a death in his family, chose to fall back for some time, and 50 didn't respect it. Very similar, bro.
Got you.
Very similar.
Got you. I kind of figured it was that, but I just wanted to make sure, you know what I mean? Salute the Monster. Me and him chopped it up. A few times.
Tell my nigga I sent mine, and tell Mace we need to call into the black box. It can only be 3 minutes. We know he's not the same Mace he was 2 years ago. But tell my boy Mace, because you know how.
Oh, yeah, I'll let him know.
Yeah, tell him we need to call in, Rec. Tell him we need to call in. What up, though, Rec Mob? What's happening, my nigga?
I'm good. Salute to the Rec Mob. Salute to the Black Box. Spider Lope.
Yes, sir.
We in here, man. Look, I just called to check in with you, man. What's going on, though? Like, what else you talking about?
You never gave me your input on what you thought, because about your native New York. Oh, you told me he's reaching. Oh, I wanted to respond to that.
I said he was reaching.
No, my bad. I'm glad we got back to that. This is my thing.
Yeah.
The next time you out here and we snap pictures together, they gonna say you reaching him, Rec.
Hell no, man. Because
I'm just saying,
you know what's so crazy?
If you hang with me, if you come out here,
times,
but look,
right?
But we kept missing each other. But the time we actually link up and you take a bunch of flicks with me and my homies, guess what they're gonna be saying? Oh, I'm Rec reaching.
Nah. Hold on. Let's do this. Every time I came out there, we missed each other, right?
But you always tried to link with me, though. You kept trying to link. We was always trying to link, but schedules didn't make it happen. But guess what? The next time you out here, the creator gonna make it to where I'm gonna be with a gang of homies. You're gonna pull up, we gonna flick it up, take pictures, and the internet gonna say,
no doubt.
They gonna say MREC trying to reach. That's what you said about Jim Jones.
They ain't gonna say that. You know why?
Why?
Because I came to Cali mad times, right? I didn't link with you, but I was still good. You dig what I'm saying? And I done shot movies and all that. You know that.
Yes, sir.
Because you in spooky hours. So I'm not making this up.
True indeed. However, Jim Jones also has a history, certified gangsters, of coming out here and putting his feet down. 20 years.
But he got to tap in. He got to tap in with whoever he got to check in with.
Does he? No,
I ain't got to do that.
I've been downtown to a Jim Jones performance on the stage. I forget the motherfucking name. Long story short, this is not the only time. Now, I don't know about going to Compton to the trenches. I don't think he's obligated to do that every visit. We know his character was in question. His character was in question by the corniest nigga on this internet. That's a Peru and not a Paru. I believe outside of that, Jim Jones is more confident in his affiliation where he not would have pulled that stunt. But the fact that the most loud, visible nobody on the internet that is claiming to be affiliated with Pyru called his motherfucking character into question. He knew, Jim Jones know, because Wacko and his affiliates told him there is absolutely zero risk. He didn't really do nothing except go holler at his homies, bro, and show the world, hold on, honey, it's nobody, because it's my niggas, it's my niggas like you from the other coast that often, not you particular, that asks me why he is able to be him if he ain't him. So for your curiosity, just sit back and analyze. He just went to the Mecca. Hey, that nigga Wack can't go pray at that motherfucking red sign that say Gonzalez Park. He cannot do what Jim Jones just did, bro. That's all I'm trying to get you to understand.
I got you. Now, I don't be knowing the politics. You just put me on the game.
And politically, that's Pyru paradise. Gonzalez Park is walking distance from Pyru Street, which is the birth of Pyruism. Wack, the nigga who said Pyru more than anybody ever online, cannot go post up like Jim Jones did, bro. Just know that. And Jim Jones was with them niggas. So no matter if you thought he was reaching or whatever, just know he reached out to them niggas.
Got you. Now, when you put it like that, I get it. I get it now. You know what I'm saying?
No,
I get
but
it.
you
So
know,
that was a chess move.
Yes,
That was a chess move.
an extremely fly chess move. 20 years in the making. He came back with gray hair. He helped put game on the map. Game had Compton, and Jim Jones was mainstream, and they did that certified gangster. It was scratch my back, scratch yours, and he scratched Compton back. And now Compton just scratched his back, bro. He earned that, bro. Shout out to Jim Jones. I used to laugh at the way they was dressing with the long keychains and skulls, but guess what? It's a whole generation of niggas, even out here, that ended up following them. So I can't knock them niggas, bro. The niggas are
definitely.
They all look. I don't know if you can see me, but I look like Cameron. Nigga, I got on a real hot pink t-shirt. Nigga, New York niggas make that. Yeah, you feel me? So the influence is bipartisan, bro. It goes both ways. Bi-coastal, man. Salute, bro.
No doubt. Nah, salute, bro. Nah, we gonna tap in officially. I just wanted to tap in with you real quick because that was on my mind for a minute. I'm like, damn, I keep forgetting to ask Slope about that monster situation. You know what I'm saying?
No, shout out Monster. Where you at?
Yes, salute the monster. Let's get monster, you know, on the airways, man.
Bro,
some way,
if
somehow.
you are successful in getting Monster to pull up, you better not do it without it being a collaboration with both of us, because I believe that's a challenge. I don't think Monster gonna do it, nigga. That's my nigga though. Much love, Monster, wherever you at.
It's not even about hearing, you know, homeboy out. It's just more so like, yo,
no,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, wherever he at. If he wants to highlight his experience in the legend that is Monster, because I know that Monster being involved with G Unit is a legendary experience. I was there day one. I know the affiliation through Yayo, how it all started. I know how he popped. Usually niggas that play Monster position are big old oversized niggas. Monster is not that, but his spirit is. His spirit is a big old giant, oversized, silent, voiceless spirit. He a cold nigga, bro.
Correct.
Smart nigga.
Correct.
Yeah.
Now you're official.
Yeah, salute the Monster.
Now salute the monster. Look, do your show. Let's lock in some time this week. I tap into your show, vice versa, and you know we address some topics.
You know we teased this at one point. Something repetitive with a title that we do. So let's think about it again.
Yeah, not a problem.
My
all
nigga,
right?
much love.
My nigga,
Yes, sir.
Salute.
Yeah. If y'all ain't know, that's the legendary MREC. Used to be one half of a DVD magazine, Forbes DVD magazine with Doggy Diamonds. Shout out to MREC. Go follow up to MREC. That's where his channel is where the Rec Mob get down at. But that's basically what we was on, cuz just trying to question if Jim Jones is more of a Damu than a payroll. I pretty much made my perspective clear. We went through quite a bit of content related to the subject, but it's up to y'all to decide for yourself. I'm not trying to make your decisions like J.O. Felony long time ago. Crippin' was my religion. Trying to clean up the way that I've been living. I just pray in the end I'm forgiven. Spent a little time up in prison. I cannot be dizzy. I be looking, I be smoking at the end of the day for death, though. No joking. Hey, look, y'all, you know what I'm gonna start playing with? Hey, y'all, tell me this. Is it a good idea or a bad idea to co-host the show? Just think, alter ego. I want to be me, and then my co-host will be this guy right here.
You feel me? That shit sound like fun. Talk to myself and then argue with myself, cause these other niggas get and they feeling for nothing.
Or maybe I could argue with this motherfucker. What y'all think? I'm just saying, it might be fun. I know the thing about this, you be talking regular and it do what it do. But then you start trying to talk like it sound. Maybe on some pre-recorded shit. I need somebody that could do some animation, some bullshit animation, cartoon shit. And I can double back and do the voices.
That's crazy as a motherfucker. I don't
give up.
No, I'm about to hear it though.
Keep it a Google though, y'all. Facts over feelings, man. It's gonna get more and more fun in the black box. We don't give a phenuck about an expert on everybody else's geographical politics. When he opens his mouth, shoves his toes down his throat, and says things such as.
So this what I don't understand. How does a non-Pacoima guy knows what a guy from Pacoima does in Pacoima?
And it's that's the bottom line. All we want you to do is shut the fuck up. Oh no, honey. And we don't actually, no disrespect, all respect to those that occupy the environment upon these internet streets with all these pertinent subjects. We don't give a fuck about what's going on in Pacoima. Had you been more loyal to Pacoima, established it as more of a staple, such as Snoop Dogg did for Long Beach, maybe we would have slightly more interest in the happenings of Pacoima. However, you did not choose to spend your time upon this internet, becoming famous doing so, and all you try to do is convince the people that you were more relevant in Los Angeles and Compton than you actually are. So therefore, you got caught with your muff draws down.
No, they ain't got no nut with no whack ass in it.
Don't get caught with your drawers down.
When I'm naked, I lay on my side, I lay on my stomach, I lay on my back.
No Hanes, Calvin Klein, Fruit of the Looms, mushroom moon, suited up in the room, waiting to be manipulated, mounted in mall. Madam Mika said, nigga, strip down to your drawers on the set. Must not have heard her correctly, cause guns bit the pillow and literally naked. Biggest mouth, bad girls clubhouse, pyro, belly down, booty up, buns out, lucky. She wasn't with the creep in that duct tape. Freaky ass fetish film, one man fuck tape. Wiretap nigga, known to tip the laws off. Nasty on the camera with your motherfucking jaws off.
You be screaming till you pass out. Who knew you did it with your ass out? Talking to you blue in the face. I'm just trying to take Duke to the bank, 2 to the face, 2, 2, 3 is a K, and K make you a real nigga. I pray for any nigga that deal with you. I shoot the Tommy off the hill, figure wow. It's trying to put you on the menu. I got a pack of drawers I can lend you. Big business, what I'm into. I got a pack of drawers I can lend you.
Don't get caught with your drawers down. Don't get caught with your drawers down. Don't get caught with your drawers down. Don't get caught with your drawers down.
When you get caught up, I hope them statements don't get bored up. We them niggas that's wicked, no need to warn us on one. Out lurking looking for a Vic. Nigga thinking with his dick, that's an easy lick. Kicking the doors, notorious, is well known. Talk tough, but only gangsta on a cell phone. Just know the G's gon' get it in on the mission. Before it's done, they ain't leaving a witness. Back out, running the crib like a trap house. Straps out, can't do shit cause you assed out. Could get you lined by an internet diva. Ain't it ironic how my sister named Mika?
Had you on camera, ass up, looking back. Somebody please tell me what kind of gangster is that? Thought you was a real one, but I take that back. You a sus nigga with a team full of rats. Keep losing respect, you can't get back. I know you know some real niggas, but you ain't that. You a certified weirdo, always talking this and that. How you calling niggas out when you the same type of cat? Type of work popped up, and what the fuck you ask? No smut on your name, nigga, what the fuck is that? But me calling hoes like, don't forget the strap. Waiting until he get his ass cheeks clapped.
Don't get caught with your drawers down. Don't get caught with your drawers down. Don't get caught with your drawers down. Don't get caught with your drawers down.
Whole new meaning when we say you niggas whack now. Weird niggas better check these whole bitches back now. You represent your hood, getting caught with your ass out. You with the industry, I think that nigga really trapped now. And I'ma take the side that I'm supposed to. You on Clubhouse, you should be on Pro Tools. I wouldn't sign to you, all your artists old news. Nigga think you should night, this ain't the old school. From North Cali to the South, nigga. We hate watching niggas crash out, nigga. You too old to be doing shit for clout, nigga. We ain't with the going out like a clown, nigga. You know you wrong, nigga. How the fuck you get caught without them draws, nigga? Hella old and exposed like, come on, nigga. Now that big U cosign is gone, nigga.
Wack 100, face all bumpy. Egghead nigga, mama shoulda named you Humpty. I dump thee, nigga, you are nothing. We all know the story, you the draws down, homie. DOE, I do my dirt by my lonely. And don't let me catch you in Kentucky. KY Jelly probably all that you want. And I bet you the booty goon that Ray J was flown. I heard you a rat. That's why you like to fuck with them. Fruit booty nigga on Clubhouse, ass up with them. All that pop shit, and that nip shit. It makes sense why you and Cali watching Nip Dick. On Netflix, wanna be tycoon. Heard about that Wack 100, Jeffrey Dahmer Part 2. Draws down your new name, and nigga, oh the irony. Your face look like Warren Fishburne, or the butt cheek. It's real rap, all facts over feelings. It's a hit on your name, and you know I'ma kill it. SBI say to get him. You know a nigga Wack, it took 15 minutes just to hop on the track. Boy,
don't get caught with your drawers down.
They telling me it's a nigga laying on the bed.
Hey, check this out.
All my life, like
what it is though.
From my mama house to my daddy house, it was like straight up central.
I'ma tell you how it is. I was raised by the streets. I'm known from the west to the east.
Like 156 to
where the Crips they was cracking,
99th
Bloods
Street.
they was cracking. I ain't turning down.
That's how I ended up like
raised by the streets. I'm known from the west
like
to the
9-7, you did.
Where the Crips they was cracking, the Bloods they was cracking. I ain't turning down now.
Loaded up like a damn, same bandana, all black head to toe like a Bank Santana. Clan of lantanas on the scanner when it's time to trip. Can I be a Los Angeles loc and a Compton crib? No brain, head pay magnet, chomping on tracks. First rap on the map, just ain't bumping on Wack. Relax and get your whole group beat by boot. By SPI, Boodaroo, and Treetop. True, 159 cell, fucking with the 400s. Wanna run it in, I'ma let the whole fun it. All on a bitch, boy, break a nigga face. Biggest mistake to think you can ever take a nigga play. You see, I came up with some CC riders. Cause watch your cack at the center divider. Here in Tyler, Pot and Chill. My track, new G homies. G, ask the streets about me, I'm a G homie.
I was raised by the streets. I'm known from the west to the east. Where the Crips they was cracking, the Bloods they was bragging. I ain't turning down now what's happening. I was raised by the streets. I'm known from the west to the east. Where the Crips they was cracking, the Bloods they was bragging. I ain't turning down now what's
Been a
happening.
motherfucker, but I'ma play ball. SPI, AD, fucking with the 400, no bleak. Really in the trenches, but I'm strapped when I do it. And money is the mode, yellow tape, how I rule it. That ain't black, West trees, why I do it? So nigga, watch your ass at the center of the vibe. Been getting dope, hella active, can't change ways. Bopping all I know who wanna play games. I'm thinking nobody really catch a body. I don't fuck with these niggas, this be fucking with these niggas. Real street baby, really get it baby. When I show up, I show out. A nigga need a bag, stick a nigga out. Don't start that video, who talking? Nigga had to get it, so I'ma tell you how I did it. Who more active? West side really ride. Bitch niggas,
I'ma tell you how it is. I was raised by the streets. I'm known from the west to the east. Where the Crips they was cracking, the Bloods they was bragging. I ain't turning down now what's happening. I was raised by the streets. I'm known from the west to the east. Where the Crips they was cracking, the Bloods they was bragging. I ain't turning down now what's happening.
Really in it, she get ugly at any minute. Hit the club and does security, sneaking and send me in it. One time's coming, we gon' flourish. Chevy got to hear me in it. It was cracking in the hood. They would say that 20 did it up. Kill it on these tracks. I know Flo, he got my back. Stocking dollar with the strap. SBI with that Big Mac. Look, first a couple stacks. Now they better read the stats. When I'm rapping, it's the truth. Every line I speak is fact. Look, my mama said my homies was a bad look. We was sitting in schools trying to steal a couple MacBooks. I was always that nigga to try to rumble up with it. Put a lot of niggas on their
I'ma
ass.
tell you how it is. I was raised by the streets. I'm known from the west to the east. Where the Crips they was cracking, the Bloods they was bragging. I ain't turning down now what's happening. I was raised by the streets. I'm known from the west to the east. Where the Crips they was cracking, the Bloods they was bragging. I ain't turning down now what's happening.
That's my day uno. Only me and him in his two-door Benz. That's my bro. We don't call each other friends, day uno. Even ride with me to the end. Even let me have the last shot at him. That's my day uno. We stay cracking. And when I die, he one of the niggas carrying my casket. Game bang active. Really with the shit, stay banged up. My day one and never changed up. That's my day uno.
Niggas know ass since day uno. For rare restaurateurs, and I'ma say puto. And I mean that with all due disrespect.
to the ops off tops if you diss the set. It's Mando, I go half on the sack with him. Double back on foot with the Mac with him. Cognac, that's what my joint drank, period. I done seen him do it point blank. Neighborhood for death though, EC on mine. Every time, still get my nigga 3 up high. When it's cracking, he usually a trip before me in 03 introduced me to Nip. Got a lot of politics between the two turfs. I choose to keep it mafia like Blue Smurf. Half the time, I don't even like her. But I ain't never met a nigga like
That's my day uno. Only me and him in his two-door Benz. That's my bro. We don't call each other friends, day uno. Even ride with me to the end. Even let me have the last shot at him. That's my day uno. We stay cracking. And when I die, he one of the niggas carrying my casket. Gang bang active. Really with the shit, stay banged up. My day one ain't never changed up. That's my day uno. So when it come to dying, it ain't nothing. Killing ain't shit either. Enemies know we stay hunting. We know it's wrong, but we love it. Where you wanna take it? We in the streets. We don't mind a little confrontation. Whole lot of gunplay with me and my low. I'm talking pistol with the scopes when we out on patrol. Hunting for domes. My low was a fool when he get it in. Pull up on him like cuz, let's slide and he getting in. Lil Mac down, my bro. Ain't gotta prove a point. It's facts over feelings in my SPI voice. M's be the logo. That's my day uno. We ain't friends. It's only me and cuz in this Benz. Like identical twins. We on that same shit. Day uno. Them be the niggas that I bang with. A lot of politics between both gangs, it is what it is. The homies live the game. That's my day uno. Only me and him in his two-door Benz. That's my bro. We don't call each other friends, day uno. Even ride with me to the end. Even let me have the last shot at him. That's my day uno. We stay cracking. And when I die, he one of the niggas carrying my casket. Gang bang active. Really with the shit, stay banged up. My day one ain't never changed up. That's my day uno.
Tupac of my generation, Pac was highly intelligent, but in our culture, street culture, especially in his generation, intelligence was viewed as a form of weakness. How do you get the people that's really affected by, what we're trying to solve involved?
Mathematical mode, marathoning, making moves, taking the heartbreaking news, make major breaking news. Nephews, nieces, siblings, seeds, they confused. Waking up, shaking, aching, praying that it's April Fool's. Chosen child from the now, down, stakes is huge. Snakes and fake styling, it gave us too late to choose. Through violent visions gave victory. paid your dues. Motivated, demonstrated, elevated views. Truths don't die, we multiply. I ain't make the rules. Self-medicate, meditate, and celebrate the blues. Neighborhood, roller coaster, you can take the cruise, I'm good. Blue laces, suede Puma's favorite shoes. Jesus to the generations, you never say me on my babies. What beautiful gift Pluto ever gave me. For such a precious life, who decides Christ? I couldn't feel the slide twice, but they crucified Christ. I can't think without a whole zone. It's almost gone, but don't think about the ozone. I ain't ate all day, but I'm so blown. Tell the DJ to throw on a slow song. My life is what the po-po press for. South Central is so stressful. In the city of the bombest herbs. The only way to low know the calmest nerves. Females say I'm a conceited nothing. No good, only call when in need of something. It's a thin line between the love and the lust. Should never have young cuz in the cuffs. Gotta be cool with them first advances. Working in these uncertain circumstances. Fake ballin' had you broke with a buzz. Pump your brakes, come smoke one with us. And we can get high, y'all. Never know when we gon' die, y'all. Come smoke one with us. Come smoke one with us. And we can get high, y'all. Never know when we gon' die, y'all. Come smoke one with us. Come smoke one with us. I get high as the heights that I'm reaching to. Put a few in the air for Big Meech and Blue. Grind hard through the middle of the night. Shit, I might see a little of the light. I never sleep, barely get some rest. I swallow my blood before I hit some stress. Roscoe's on the east, a hit to west for jacks. Pockets fat, I just hit for racks. Yeah, that's where I can get some clothes at too. It's already 1 and it close at 2. Fast lane, ballin' out, racing the range. Gangbanger, all about chasing the change. I'm icy, judge and the jury. Ain't trying to see the judge and the jury. Eastie, represent the E&S, but I still Baymac like BMF. And we can get high, y'all. Never know when we gon' die, y'all. Come smoke one with us. Come smoke one with us. And we can get high, y'all. Never know when we gon' die, y'all.
Come smoke one with us. Hustle, listen, come, hey, look.
Get money every day like it's no thing. Buy a zone of that cushion, smoke the whole thing. Rolled up deuces, carry 4-5. Off a half a gram of kush, but we so high. South Central where they murder with no alibi. Do walk-ups and don't respect drive-bys. We some young killers, still some fly guys. Neighborhood near Bustle and SPI. We rich roller coaster cribbing, that's our lifestyle. And that explains why my neck and wrist iced out. Smoke big blunts, ride luxury. A nigga beat his bitch up cause she was fucking me. And then I beat the pussy up and told her it'll be alright, just tell me every time he mention me. Yeah, and that's just how it's meant to be. It's an in-hood thing, Slauson after century. Yeah.
And we can get high, y'all. Never know when we gon' die, y'all. Come smoke one with us. Come smoke one with us. And we can get high, y'all. Never know when we gon' die, y'all. Come smoke one with us. Come smoke one with us.